Hello and welcome right across the street from the world-famous Rose Bowl into Jackie Robinson Memorial Field, where tonight we are back with more CCL baseball action here on the Arroyo Saints, Seco Saints, streaming network. Tonight's the Philippines baseball group square off against the home Arroyo Seco Saints for the first time in the summer of 2026. Good evening and welcome to Pasadena for tonight's action. I'm Riley Horn, joined alongside Dylan DeCesare to talk you through tonight's action between the visiting Philippines baseball group and the home Arroyo Seco Saints, where both teams tonight, Dylan, looking optimistic for a bounce-back game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both these teams are kind of in must-win mode, especially early on in the season. Arroyo Seco 2-6, coming off a loss to the Conejo Oaks on Sunday. The Philippines baseball group, same situation, 0-4 though. Also looking for a bounce back after losing to the Conejo Oaks. So both teams just trying to notch a big win. And for the Saints specifically, this could be the start to a big week after having the day off yesterday.
Absolutely. Should be a good battle tonight with these two teams looking for that win, like you mentioned. Tonight's starting pitching matchup, Wyatt Toth and Ronan Nuki.
Yeah, Ronan Nuki, 3 2/3 innings pitch, a start, 7 runs and strikeouts. So a little bit of work there. He only had that one start, but didn't last very long. And there in Wyatt Toth, the one start he had, he went 6 innings, 4 hits, and 3 earned runs versus Orange County in a narrow loss earlier last week. So Wyatt Toth is going to be the guy to watch. Also doing a two-way action like he did the other day. And we know what happened when he was two-way the other day. He went yard.
Yeah, doing his best Shohei Ohtani impression. We'll take a moment, finish up the Arroyo Seco Saints starting lineup, honor our country with the playing of the national anthem, but stay with us. Up next, CCL baseball between the Philippines baseball group and the Arroyo Seco Saints. Lineups and first pitch on tap here on the Saints streaming network. Welcome to Jackie Robinson Memorial Field for the first matchup of the 2026 summer season between the Philippines Baseball Group and the home Arroyo Seco Saints. Riley Horn joined alongside Dylan DeCesare. Dylan, we mentioned this in the pregame segment, but bears repeating. Two teams that are really looking for a strong win here tonight in Pasadena.
Yeah, just so much momentum, especially early season. You can't afford to really fall behind in this much. Talk about the Saints. They're on a 5-game losing streak. Philippines on a 4-game losing streak. So one streak's being broken tonight.
Yeah, Philippines, the affiliate team of the CCL, 0-4 so far in CCL matchups this season, as we're soon to get underway with first pitch. Wyatt Toth manning the mound for the Arroyo Seco Saints against the leadoff man, Eric Espinoza, the center fielder for the Philippines group, who takes a massive hack through the first offering from Toth. 0-1 the count. Following Espinoza is Christian Santiago, then Nomar Vasquez in the 3-hole, Isaiah Chavez batting cleanup, Dylan Taguim batting 5th, Simon Hoffman, Austin Bash, Caden Lewis, and rounding things out in the 9-hole is Mason Fang. As quickly 0-2 ahead of Espinoza is Wyatt Toth. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped back into the glove of Cam Andrews. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night strikeout for out number 1.
You expect Wyatt Toth to just be so dominant with that fastball. It can top 95, and right now it's sitting up about those low 90s. Fastball first guy, has some other things he'll go to later in the outing, but establish that primary pitch, do you wonders.
Digging in to the left-handed batter's box is Christian Santiago, the shortstop for the Philippines, who swings and comes up empty on the fastball there from Toth. Defensive arrangement for the Saints, left to right in the outfield, Carson Panarisi, Donnie Morgan and Evan Ryder. Around the horn on the infield, Owen Mangini in the hot corner, Braden Flores, Bryce Robinette, the men up the middle, Sean Asperger rocking the trap over at first, with the aforementioned Cam Andrews to complete the battery with Wyatt Toth. Fastball there from Toth, missing high and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1, swung on and missed, 1-2.
So much swing and miss already for Toth. Good sighting for this first inning. We talked about last time he pitched and started. 6 innings pitched, 3 runs, yes, 4 hits. Had a 2-run first inning, but looking dominant now.
Fouled off there by Santiago. Yeah, you mentioned that last start by Toth. Went 6 innings, just 3 hits, 3 earned runs with 4 strikeouts and 3 walks. And here in my second summer with the Arroyo Seco Saints, never before had I seen a pitcher go more than 4 innings, but Toth was just looking so dominant in his last start that he ran it up to 6. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Christian Santiago.
And these pitchers, we talked about of Joe Regan on Sunday. It's a pitch count kind of thing where they need to be in a certain range and how far they can go into games. And O'Regan, he went 6 innings as well, so 2 guys, 6 innings this year.
Swung on and missed for strike 3. 2 up, 2 down by way of the K so far for Toth.
Why not get another one sort of starting off this game? Just a sign of good things to come for Wyatt Toth.
Absolutely. Already 2 strikeouts, getting so many swings and misses like you mentioned. Now stepping up 3-hole hitter Nomar Vasquez to square off against Toth, who delivers the first offering up at the head of Vasquez, laying off 1-0. Like you mentioned, those pitch count numbers, often guys come into summer ball, and if they're looking for a new home, they like to get more action. If they're looking for more reps to go back to their current home, they obviously want to get those reps in too and get prepared as they can going into that next season. And for Toth, currently in the portal right now, undecided on where he's going next year, he's going to look to get as many reps and get as many pitches in as possible to sell himself to these programs.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the guys, watching the tape, the scouts, they must be pretty impressed with what he's done pitching-wise and hitting-wise too.
That one just off the inner edge. Yeah, the Shohei Ohtani-like Wyatt Toth. Going 2-sided, pitching and doing the hitting.
You see it a lot. Guys in high school, of course, are going to play 2 ways more often, and then at the JUCO levels, you'll see it too.
Finding the zone on the 3-0 is Toth. Now 3-1.
He didn't do it at the JUCO level. He did it at the D2 level, which is even more impressive to have that kind of production offensively and on the bump.
3-1 offering upstairs. 5-pitch walk issued to Nomar Vasquez.
That is the problem for the Saints. They've just been walking so many guys. We're in the high 40s with walks, 49 to be specific, in the 71 innings pitched by Saints pitchers. So that's something that happens a lot in the CCL. The control, definitely an issue, but you need to keep it down. The free pass is one of the worst things you can do.
Absolutely. Free passes have been a bit of a pain for the Saints so far this summer, but looking to limit it from here on out. Is first pitch strike there from Toth on Isaiah Chavez. Now the first two batters that Toth got a first pitch strike on being Espinoza and Santiago. He recorded them both down with a swinging strikeout. Couldn't get the first pitch strike on Vasquez and issued a walk, so we'll see how this at-bat unfolds against Chavez with a 1-1 count.
It just seems like that fastball we're talking about he commands with, of course, just coming a bit high and in. Saw it a lot to the last batter in Vasquez, and which is what kind of allowed for the free walk to happen.
Yeah, definitely looking to elevate that fastball so far. Early on here is Toth. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch swung on and missed. 1-2.
Goes down more of that fastball, but such a firm pitch in that low 90s area. A lot of guys in this league throw those high 80s. He got some that touch in that area that Toth is, but he just has natural velocity.
1 ball, 2 strikes, run on first, 2 outs, fouled off by Chavez for our first wedgie of the night.
That is an oddity. Love when that happens.
Mm-hmm. We get a handful of them here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field. The entire backstop being chain link fence. Those balls coming off the bats at pretty good velocities. They find that perfect spot in between the links, and they get stuck. Fouling off again is Chavez and staying alive.
I was talking about Toth's velocity. He's 6'4", 215 as well, so just that athletic build. Of course, the mechanics as well working out for him as well. Just being able to go downhill so well and having that verticality really helps him get up there in the MPHs.
1-2 once more on the ground, left side, handled by Mangini across the diamond, throw getting away from Asperger and pulls him off the bag. Isaiah Chavez aboard first base after reaching on an error.
Yeah, that definitely will be an error. And it was, couldn't turn to there with a chopper. Smart to go to first, but just a throw off. Have to just regroup, go to the next one. Now with 2 runners on, 2 outs. Toth still dominant. That could have just been the inning.
So a 2-out error puts 2 runners on the bases for Dylan Tagim, the catcher tonight for the Philippines baseball group. Takes a hack at the first offering, comes up empty. Nomar Vasquez out on second base. Got on base via the base on balls. Now Isaiah Chavez over on first after reaching on an error. 0-1, lined the other way and tailing foul.
Probably one of the best swings we've seen from Philippines in this first inning. For Toth, it's really just about playing catch with the catcher. I say this a lot, but just go to home, focus on what's in front of you. Can't focus on the 2 runners on. Just deliver the pitch you know it's needed.
0-2. That one skipping away from Cam Andrews. Both base runners moving up 90 feet and into scoring position.
Simply just gets away from Toth. Seemed to be spiking a curveball. Haven't seen so much of the breaking ball today. One of the first ones he's thrown, about probably the second one maybe. Just cannot find the good grip on it.
No harm done just yet, except taking away some force outs out on the base paths for his infielders. But with 2 outs behind you, still got that out over at first and still into driver's seat. 1-2 upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We saw it on Sunday. We talked about the free passes, but in that first inning, the Oaks just had so many runners on the base paths.
2-2 upstairs, full count with 2 gone, but an open base over on first, so runners not forced into motion, and Toth could surrender another walk here with the intentional walk if he'd like.
You don't want to force something as Andrews is going to talk to Toth, and smart for your catcher right there. Kind of a veteran on this team in terms of age. He's an older guy. Trying to get his pitcher just to kind of calm down. Those first 2 batters was no problem for him. He just kind of lost in the last 2. And it is also frustrating when the defense behind you can't make the play. That's seemingly routine. That might add to the pressure, but just focus on this one. Like you said, a walk wouldn't be the worst thing. Just can't force something here.
Payoff pitch on the ground, left side foul of third base. Now you mentioned the veteran that Cam Andrews is behind the dish. A great guy to have as a veteran role, being the catcher, that he's sort of the leader of the entire defense, the only guy that can see the entire fair territory. Also the guy that is the head-to-head guy with your pitcher, the guy that he knows best, the guy that he can communicate with the easiest. And, you know, you want to have that locked-in pitcher as best you can. So a good guy to have behind the dish in Cam Andrews as Dylan Teguim draws another 2-out walk.
You talked about Andrews and just in general that battery. And it's hard to form a really solidified battery when you haven't known these guys that long, but it's kind of just you come here, a couple days of practice, and it's just go time. So you have nothing left to do but just go for it.
Swung on and missed by Simon Hoffman. So many first pitch strikes so far for Toth, living in the zone so far. And yeah, we've talked about that on previous broadcasts, not necessarily you and I, but previous broadcasts overall here on the Saints streaming network, about the fact that these guys are coming in and they're just meeting each other about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and now they're coming in having to play as one solidified squad. It's difficult in that sense that you don't know the guys around you. You aren't necessarily familiar with how they work and their play styles and all those things like that. But I feel like the Saints have done a pretty good job of seemingly clicking so far early on. 1-1 offering downstairs. Skipping away from Andrews a little bit, but not too far for the runners to move up.
The yelling from the dugout kind of helped Andrews out there just to have that head on a swivel. You never know when a runner's just going to kind of steal something off you. Always live when you're playing baseball. But yeah, you mentioned it, just getting solidified, the chemistry. It's just first day you go. Joe Regan talked about it. It's difficult. And for these guys, they do live together as well. So that certainly helps just off the field. Off the field helps so much on the field when you're just together for this about 2 months period.
2-ball, 1-strike offering. Breaker there just above the zone. 3-1 to Simon Hoffman, the designated hitter for the Philippines tonight. Nomar Vasquez on third, Isaiah Chavez on second, Dylan Teguim over on first with 2 gone here in the top of the first inning. 3-1 pitch, ball 4 upstairs, bases loaded walk to bring in the first run of the day for the Philippines.
As a pitcher, that's probably one of those frustrating ways to just give up a run, have those bases loaded. 2 of them from the walk, and then have that one that scores also be from the walk. It's a free pass. Just, I mean, it's difficult to throw in the zone. I definitely couldn't do it, but it's just a really frustrating one in that, and especially in this first inning when you see him so in control for those first 2 batters.
Austin Bash now stepping in, bases loaded, 2 gone, fastball in the outer corner for strike 1. It was 2 quick outs, both in the form of swinging strikeouts in the first 2 batters of the Philippines order, then a walk, error, and 2 more walks after that to bring in run number 1. That one just off the low inside corner, 1-1. Toth's pitch count already up into the mid-30s as he delivers the 1-1 that's swatted at and fouled off.
Bash just needs to lunge there. Kind of in a protect mode in that sense. See what Toth goes for.
Left fielder in the left-handed batter's box against the right hand of Toth, who delivers. Bash checks his swing on the high fastball, but does not go around. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And that high fastball, why pitchers go for it and why Toth has been going for its eye candy, just that eye level, especially with 2 strikes. You want to swing at that. You think you can get the hands around to it, but when he has around those 90s in him, sometimes you don't. So good job holding up by Bash.
2-2. Breaker froze him for strike 3. Toth strikes out the side, but the Philippines tack on 1 run here in the top of the first and lead going to the home half here on the Saints streaming network. Back here for the bottom of the first in Pasadena. 1-0 early for the Philippines baseball group as Ronan Nuki mans the mound to go to battle against the Arroyo Seco Saints. Leading things off, Braden Flores, followed up by Bryce Robinette, Sean Asperger, Carson Panarisi batting cleanup. Wyatt Toth fifth as the designated hitter, hitting for himself as he does the pitching for the Saints as well. Evan Ryder, Cam Andrews, Owen Mangini, and Donnie Morgan to round things out in the bottom half of the lineup as Nuki delivers his first pitch upstairs to Flores.
You know, have that fastball he'll go to. We'll go to some other pitches occasionally, but he'll dominate with that fastball around those high 80s. And from Fullerton College, where he plays his college ball.
Second one upstairs. And only 2 pitches into his start so far for Nuki, but seeming to have similar problems to Toth in that missing up in the zone and trying to elevate but just not making it as competitive as he would like. 2-0 offering on the ground, fouled off into the Philippines dugout.
This leadoff guy in Braden Flores, what a start he's had to CCL play. I mean, he's only struck out once, has walked 3 times. That's who you want leading off, someone that's not striking out, putting the ball in play and using his speed.
2-1 on the ground right side. Mason Fang with it over to first for out number 1. The rest of the defensive arrangement for the Philippines, left to right in the outfield is Austin Bash, Eric Espinoza, Caden Lewis. You obviously heard Mason Fang at second base. Christian Santiago, the other man up the middle. Isaiah Chavez rocking the trap at first with Nomar Vasquez in the hot corner. And Dylan Taguim putting down the sides to complete the battery with Ronan Nuki. Bryce Robinette now digging in. Second baseman for the Saints tonight in his first at-bat of the evening. Nuki deals. Breaker started up and stayed up for ball 1.
That curveball will be interesting to see how he uses it. Tries to go up there, but seems to have a good amount of break to it. Definitely coming down hard.
Goes to it again. That one missing outside. And yeah, you mentioned it. Coming down hard. It's got a lot of spin as well and a significant velocity drop-off from his fastball. So it'll be interesting to see how he's going to try and use that to keep these Saints hitters off balance. 2-0 goes to the fastball, missing the up and in, 3-0.
And we have a fastball that was high 80s, which is a solid speed. And that curveball that you mentioned is definitely down the velocity, probably around 10, 15 mile per hour disparity between the two. It's so interesting to see how they tunnel and layer those pitches.
4-pitch walk issued to Bryce Robinette. He's aboard as a 1-out base runner. One-out base runners. The Saints look to get that run back that they gave up in the top half of the first, and looking to do so is Sean Asperger, the hometown kid from right here in Pasadena. Way outside, now 5 in a row from Nuki as Asperger goes ahead 1-0.
It will be an early meeting between the battery of Nuki and Taguim. Needs to settle down the nerves, and has been the ball. I mean, Flores got out on a chopper, or just seemed kind of in. He only really recorded 1 solid pitch in the zone with that fastball. And it's tough to go in these outings, again, where some of these guys also haven't played in a bit of time. Trying to figure out your stuff and what's working on the day.
Yeah, to your point, 9 pitches so far for Nuki, just 2 strikes, both coming on Braden Flores. 1-0, that one way outside. Now 6 in a row. It was Flores who went 2-0 in the count and then fouled one off, then grounded out. And then now 4-pitch walk to Robinette and 2-0 to Asperger. Takes a hack, lines it into right field. Lewis coming in, hangs up. He's going to go to first with it, but throw a little bit offline. Line out for out number 2. Robinette back safe at first.
And Robinette, who's seemingly going to be safe the whole time, but definitely dancing off that bag. If that was a solid throw in, the right field and the first baseman for Philippines were on the same page. It could have been doubled up, and that's a really rough situation. The Saints love to be aggressive on the base paths really hopping off their bags.
Now left fielder Carson Panarisi in the cleanup spot for the Saints. First pitch breaker from Nuki, missing high and in. Yeah, tough play there by Lewis, charging in pretty hard. It's hard to get those feet set with all that momentum coming forward, and he optioned to throw on the run and didn't have the velocity nor the accuracy to get Robinette back at first base, who was about halfway to second once that ball was caught.
It definitely took the good angle, had to beat on it the whole time.
That one getting off the glove of Tegium. No, excuse me, that one getting a piece of Carson Panarisi, who's on board with a hit by pitch.
You always take that free pass, just getting hit by him. On Sunday, the Conejo Oaks start off the game, first two pitches were 2 hit by pitches to the Arroyo Seco Saints. So they're used to that feeling on the right or left shoulder, on the back sometimes. Not nice, but they're used to it at this point. Take your free walk down, Toth. See what we could do.
Yeah, Toth stepping up as a designated hitter, hitting for himself, as he's also the starting pitcher for Arroyo Seco tonight. 2 runners on, 2 down. First pitch high and away, 1-0.
Might be lucky that one didn't get the zone. Just kind of a curveball of sorts or some sort of breaking pitch, but didn't really break, low on the velocity. Could have been a hanger if you found the zone.
One 1-0 to Toth, outside 2-0. And you mentioned this earlier, Dylan, but last time that Toth had the start on the mound and also hit for himself as the designated hitter, he launched a home run, and that one came in the second inning, but it was his first at-bat of the night when he led off that second inning with a solo shot. We'll see what he can do here. 2-0 with 2 on and 2 outs. That one still upstairs. 3 balls, no strikes.
I mean, one time it happened, it could be a coincidence. This maybe 2 times could be a pattern, and he'll get more and more starts as the year comes on. Kind of that weak discrepancy between starts.
That one catching the outer edge of the zone. 3 balls, 1 strike.
That was really one of his first solid hitting days for the Saints this season. And for some guys, when you're out there pitching and hitting, you're kind of in the zone in a bit.
Fouled off. Full count, 2 outs, meaning both runners going to be in motion here on this next pitch. Sure to be action here in the bottom of the first inning. 1-0 Philippines after a handful of free passes gave them their first run of the day a half inning ago. Bryce Robinette on second, Carson Panarisi on first. 3-2 pitch, low and inside, ball 4, bases loaded for the Saints.
Last time the Saints had bases loaded at this field on Saturday, it came through with nothing, and they have been struggling with those runners left on base against Conejo that had 12 left on base that whole game. There's always a lot left on the table for this explosive offense of the Saints, so it's either explosive or it's radio silent. Haven't really seen that kind of intermingling in the little middle ground.
Up steps Evan Ryder. First pitch from Nuki. Big breaker that buckles the knees of Ryder for strike 1. We've seen so far through 5 outs in this game on both sides, 7 base runners, but still 0 hits. So both teams going to have to try and limit those free passes from here on out throughout the rest of this ball game. As for the second time now in 2 half innings, we've seen bases loaded. The Philippines were able to draw a bases loaded walk to score their first run, and we'll see what Ryder can do here with bases loaded and 2 outs. Nuki back to the breaker, that one off the inner edge. 1-1.
Those 2 pitches, just both curveballs. And sometimes starting off with the curveball on at bat when you start with a fastball most of these at bats before. Definitely get you off balance, and Ryder didn't even want to swing at it.
Nuki deals. Big hack there by Ryder, 1-2.
And now he's got him in swing mode. Maybe go back to that hole. It seems to be only those 2 real pitches he's going for, that fastball and that curveball.
It's been working so far as long as he can keep it in the zone. 2 walks and a hit by pitch. That's how the Saints have their bases loaded. 1-2. That one low and out. 2-2. Two gone. Lined into right center, charging in on it. Lewis, it drops in front of him for a base hit. Robinette scores. Wave is on, and coming in safely is Carson Panarisi. Saints take the lead with a 2 RBI single from Evan Reeder.
Had an RBI on Sunday, just continuing the RBI party for Reiter. And that's a way of staying patient, just finding your pitch. Let the bat do the talking. Heads to right center, manages to drop. And the last runner in Panarisi just able to narrowly cross at about a step or two. So way to take the lead for Arroyo Seco.
Yeah, and a great job. You mentioned this earlier, but Saints kind of a little bit not as good as they want to be in terms of cashing in on some runners out on the base paths, and doing so there is Reeder getting 2 in. Is that one inside off the elbow of Cam Andrews as he's hit by the pitch to once again load the bases.
This would most likely be Nuki's inning to finish, especially with 2 outs and only the 2 runs, but would not be shocked to see that bullpen for Philippines just get warming a little bit, as there is going to be a meeting and a stare towards that bullpen on that right field side of Philippines. Don't know if PBG will call to it yet, but certainly that territory.
And that's now 9 base runners so far in this game combined. Only 1 hit coming off the bat of Evan Reeder. There's 3 hit by pitches so far, and, 1 hit by pitch. Nope, I can't count. 2 hit by pitches. 2 hit by pitches, 1 error, and 5 walks with just 1 hit. So pitching side of things for both sides, going to need to turn it up coming through the rest of this game, as we're only just through 5 outs so far here in Pasadena, but plenty of ball game to turn things around.
Yeah, absolutely. And the walks will most likely die down. You know, we don't know if Nuki will come back for another inning, see how the rest of this inning goes. Just pitch at kind of a pitch at a time pace. But for Toth, you settle into an outing, of course. And after that first inning, those struggles, just hitting the batter sometimes, or just, that fastball that's too high and in for Toth, you'll settle in and see for Nuki if he does the same against this batter.
2-1 our score. Owen Mangini with the bases loaded and 2 gone against Ronan Nuki. Mangini playing third base tonight for the Arroyo Seco Saints, looking to extend their lead, which they have just taken 2 batters ago with 2 RBI single from Evan Reeder. That one down below the knees, count even at 1s. Great stop behind the dish by Dylan Teguiam to prevent runners for the Saints from scoring. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, and those bases are loaded. Runners certainly would have scored if that went to the backstop. A lot of foul ground here compared to other CCL stadiums.
2-1, check swing, appeal to first, went around, says our first base umpire. 2-2 with 2 gone and the bases loaded.
That fastball just in. It's really tempting to swing at. That one wasn't really a hittable pitch, as it was definitely inside, not in the zone. It's tough to lay off sometimes.
2-2 pitch. Inside, but a called strike 3. First strikeout of the outing for Ronan Nuki. But the Saints respond to the 1 Philippines run by putting up 2 and lead by a run as we head to the 2nd inning here in Pasadena.
All right, hello and welcome everyone live from Jackie Robinson Field here in Pasadena. Evan Davis joined alongside Adam Beck, and it's the home opener for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Looks like it will hit into the gap. Yes, it will, and it will score a run off the glove of Pollock. That will score two. It's quickly 4-0 top of the first inning for the Oaks. 3-1 offering, low and away for ball 4, and that will bring in the first run of the game. It's outside, ball 4. Fisher stumbling off the mound. Saints just finding any way possible to get some runs, and they've now walked in 2. With the Saints as a pass ball gets away. 5-2 lead for the Oaks. 2-1 offering, that one down the third base. Beltowski will fire that one across. And 1 out now, but the runners advance to now be 5-3. First and second as they connect again. Rio didn't get a great read on that, and it's over his head. Ground roll double, and this game is tied. The 1-1 offering is connected on. That's in the left field, and that'll do it. The Saints come back down 5-2, and Peter Wirth walks it off.
How about a 4 spot by the Oaks to start things off in the first inning? And how about a 4 spot in the bottom of the 9th for the Saints to end things in the 9th inning? What a game for the Saints.
Second inning from here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field. 2-1 our score in favor of the Arroyo Seco Saints after they responded from the 1 run put up by the Philippines. But now the Philippines baseball group looking to get that one back, and doing so is Caden Lewis, Mason Fang, and Eric Espinoza. Toth back out on the mound for the Saints, delivers the first pitch. Lewis watches strike 1 go by.
Starts off with that slider on those low 80s. See what he goes to here, maybe a fastball.
Lined right back up the middle, ducking out of the way is Toth. And on board as a leadoff base runner is Caden Lewis with the Philippines' first hit of the day.
I wonder if Toth just, talked about he's 6'4", see if he puts the glove up, if he can maybe grab that baseball, but if it's coming back at you with that velocity, it's not something, it's easier said than done, certainly.
Absolutely. Mason Fang digging in, 9-hole hitter for the Philippines baseball group. First pitch away for a ball 1. It'll be interesting to see how Toth bounces back here in this second inning. He gave up 1 run in the top of the first, but now he has a 1-run advantage after the Saints put up 2. But Toth, being the two-way man that he is, was walked and stranded at third base, so definitely getting that body up and moving instead of the traditional pitcher taking a break in the dugout, catching his breath, and coming back out for a second inning of work. So with a 1-run lead, but a little bit more tired than a traditional pitcher would be in this start, or at this point in the game, Toth gonna have some work to do.
Pickoff was close, and yeah, you mentioned it. So standing up there, got stranded. It's just go back to the dugout, take off the helmet. Sometimes you have someone come out, take the helmet for you, get your hat back, and just get ready to throw some pitches.
2-0 in there, 2-1. Yeah, a little bit of a delayed start for the Battery as behind the dish, Cam Andrews hit by a pitch and stranded over at first base that last half inning. So he had to get all the way geared up and hustle out behind the dish to catch the warm-up pitches for Toth. So it's been a bit of heavy breathing coming from the Battery so far.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's when you're on that bump and you're kind of pitching to your guy behind there, just everything goes quiet, just have to focus on what's ahead of you.
Fouled off there by Fang.
And that's definitely one of the tougher things in the sense that you have an at-bat and he drew a walk from it. Can't take those at-bats out with you onto into the mound. It's the compartmentalizing. This is another added.
Payoff pitch upstairs to Fang. 2 on, nobody out here for the Philippines. Lineup card going to flip over back to the top of the order, and Eric Espinoza struck out his first time up.
You mentioned getting into trouble last inning, now in a bit of trouble as well. Different situation of, the 2-out walks from Philippines were showing out, but he still found 3 last inning, striking out those 3 batters to get those 3 outs. The strikeouts are there. The strikeout stuff is certainly showing.
First pitch in there. Espinoza, now that's his 4th pitch seen on the night, and all 4 being strikes. Toth definitely being aggressive on the Philippines leadoff man. 2 on, nobody out. Philippines down by a run. Taking a swing at it is Espinoza, coming up empty, 0-2.
That breaking ball to those righty batters is looking real nice right now from Wyatt Toth. Struck out 4 in his last outing, and he's only 1 strike away from at least tying the season high he's had.
(0-2) from Toth. Fought off and fouled.
Ooh. Loud sound as it ricochets off those bleachers.
Two on our score here in the 2nd inning. Been a fast-moving game so far. Already back to the top of the order through just 3+ outs for the Philippines. As Toth going to take a peek back, go to the plate. That one upstairs.
That was an interesting one. You know, mid windup, instead of looking at where you're throwing, look back. And don't know if he was planning to do that necessarily, or if that was just a last-second thing. Well, let me check right before delivering to home. But he's still standing there.
Now one upstairs, 2-2, and I'd have to think it was a bit of a intimidation tactic, I guess you could say, for Lewis, who's on second base right now. Is, you know, you don't expect that mid windup checking back on a runner. Might have tried to get Lewis to think that he was going back there and try and get Lewis a couple steps back towards second base to close that lead as much as possible if Espinoza could put one in play to potentially score that run. 2-2. Lined into left field. Panarisi making the grab, but a well-struck ball for Espinoza, but out number 1.
Panarisi just had an easy beat on it. Like I said, well struck. Solid. Just that bat from him. Doesn't get rewarded for it. It's kind of going back to that intimidation. I mean, if I was at second and Toth looked back at me mid-windup, I'd be getting back. I'm not running on that.
Yeah. Up steps the 2-hole hitter, Christian Santiago. Also struck out his first time up as Toth delivers low and in. Something that a lot of coaches like to do when they, you know, try and warm up their base runners, get their steal jumps timed up pregame, is they'll, you know, lift that leg and quickly glance over at their runners, try and scare them a little bit, make them panic. And Toth trying that here in the game. That one right at the knees for strike 1.
Well placed on that inside corner. Taking the pregame into the game. That's why you practice, folks. Pick up some little techniques from your coaches.
Yeah, practice isn't for nothing. 1-1. That one low and in.
Curveball. Toth will take an extra couple steps towards Andrews, is catching counterpart. Certainly has a rhythm, but more of a slower one. Definitely thinks about pretty deeply and has that high gloved over to his mouth.
2-1 pitch, waved on. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and it's also interesting kind of to that point about pitchers' rhythms that in summer ball there is no pitch clock here in at least the CCL. I don't know about other summer ball leagues around the country, but there's no pitch clock here in the CCL, and that makes a big difference on a pitcher's timing and a pitcher's rhythm, whereas in the NCAA, most schools and conferences have incorporated that pitch clock, at least up in the D1 levels, so these guys coming in and getting to take their time a little bit more and work at their own pace.
Yeah, it's very self-regulated, and when we're talking to Joe Regan about it, I mean, he's a guy that likes to work really quick and just constantly, he's set, he's ready, he's going to go. And that rhythm he likes, and he it kind of works at the NCAA level, but for some of these guys that love to take their time, take a little walk around, it helps.
Lined up the middle, into the gap, down for a base hit. Handling it is Morgan, kicks off his glove. Easily scoring is Caden Lewis. Up to third base is Mason Fang, and an RBI single for Christian Santiago knots this game up at 2s.
It's going to be that day where we'll be back and forth. Runners will be on. That's another just solid swing from Philippines, and they finally get rewarded for it.
Nomar Vasquez stepping in. We'll see how that one officially gets scored with the ball a little bit bobbled out in center by Donnie Morgan. His first pitch is a strike out of the hand of Toth to Vasquez.
And being ruled a single makes sense, just for the sense that the runner was definitely going to score. I think it was lucky that a second didn't come across.
Yeah, I think the only thing that one changes there is whether or not it was an RBI for Santiago, and I think we have our official ruling. RBI single for Santiago. Fang advancing up to second and then advancing to third on the error by Morgan out there in center. So that's how we have runners on the corners with one out for Vasquez. That one's way outside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Just not the same control we're used to from Wyatt Toth in that outing against the Riptide last week. I'm ready at 57 pitches. Maybe this could be his last outing. Just again, we talked about the pitch count. Maybe in that 80s range, 60s at the minimum.
Runner goes, pitch down low, throw down to second in time, but not able to come up with it was Bryce Robinette. So into second with a stolen at base is Christian Santiago.
And that was a really close one. If Andrews had that one a little bit more on the line, just tailed a bit towards that arm side, that's for sure now. But Flores applied a good tag. May wanted to keep it on there in the sense that Santiago slid off the bag. So keeping it on there, that's a practice you want to have.
3 balls and 1 strike, the count to Nomar Vasquez with 2 in scoring position. Ball 4 upstairs. Bases once again loaded in back-to-back innings for the Philippines.
And one of the coaches will come out there to talk with Wyatt Toth. Interesting if he reaches for the ball or if Toth will have just another, maybe rest of the inning to work. Definitely seems to be a conversation, though.
Yeah, it's, I believe, pitching coach Matt Stone, not head coach Aaron Milam, so not going to be a pitching change just yet, but already 93 pitches in this ball game combined through just 7 outs so far, and the 3rd time we've seen the bases loaded in 3 half innings. So we're due for one that could go pretty deep into the night here in Pasadena.
Yeah, luckily sun doesn't really go down till 10 at this time of year. So it'll still be beautiful weather.
Long summer's definitely a good factor to have in summer ball. Long days in the summer, that's what I meant to say. Figured it out after a quick pause. Got there in the end.
All it takes is a second, you know what I mean?
All it takes is a second to reflect and then get back to what you're saying. Bases loaded. Just 1 out for the Philippines baseball group, and Isaiah Chavez, the cleanup man, looking to do his cleanup duties against Wyatt Toth. Now going from the windup, delivers the first pitch up and in.
And he's really just lost that fastball in this last inning. The curveball's looked more like a strike, throwing pitch.
That one fouled off. Mason Fang on third, Christian Santiago on second, Nomar Vasquez over on first. 2 of the 3 reaching via a walk. Christian Santiago out on second with a single. 1-1 pitch, buzzing the tower a little bit of Chavez, who bends out of the way.
Been a lot of having to back off the plate for Philippines today.
Toth kicks and deals. Chavez once again bending out of the way. 3 balls, 1 strike. Fouled off. Count goes full. Just 1 out, so runners not forced into motion, but sure to be a little bit of action here on this next offering from Toth. "3-2. Inside for ball 4. Another bases loaded walk to bring in run number 3 now for the Philippines.
You know, see some Saints players more and more just going to pile down there into the bullpen to get their pitches, and that's another run via the walk.
Dylan Taguiem, the catcher, walked his first time up. Now digging in. Just 1 out still here with the bases loaded. This one's on the ground and not able to handle the hop as Mangini skips into shallow left. 1 run scores. Right behind him is Vasquez. Up to second is Chavez, and a 2 RBI single for Taguiem puts the Philippines back ahead.
Fred Mangini just didn't seem comfortable at all charging that one. Just ranging to his right. Wanted to get it. There's not much more you can say. That's a play that, if you're at the hot corner, unfortunately, you just have to make it. There's more runs across, and the defense that's been so strong for the Saints, one of their strong points, honestly, of this season, is faltering a bit in these 2 innings so far.
Up steps the DH, Simon Hoffman. 2 on, 1 out. That one skips away from Andrews. Both base runners going to move up 90 feet. Taguiem reaching on an error over in the hot corner by Mangini. He's now on second with Chavez over on third after he walked.
It's just going to be about response for the Saints. Body language is a bit down, which makes sense when you're down 5-2 in the second. Just not necessarily, I don't know if unforced errors is the word, but just those free passes are unforced errors in a sense.
That one upstairs. So it's behind in the count to Simon Hoffman.
Saints 5-2 and still have yet to give up less than 4 runs in a ball game this season.
2-0, flying all the way to the backstop. Coming home to score is Chavez. Up to third is Taguiem. 6-2 ball game here in Pasadena.
That curveball just came out the complete wrong way for Wyatt Toth. It could just be one of those things where it's just not your day, and sometimes you have to chalk it up to see what we can do, kind of start to maybe feel out. Maybe he'll probably get out of this outing quite soon, but it's a go next mentality, and in baseball you fail more than you succeed. And 6 runs, just not the day you want to have, especially in the second inning.
.30 pitch, upstairs, ball 4. Will be the 4th walk this inning for the Philippines baseball group as they got runners on the corners and 1 out.
This could be Toth's last batter of the inning. Saw the pitching coach for the Saints just kind of do the roll the finger in the sense that let's get the guys going.
Runner goes, pitch down low. Andrews not even going to manage a throw down to second, 2 in scoring position again for the Philippines.
Well, certainly been an aggressive approach, but if you throw it down to second there, then the runner from third is most likely scoring home.
That one high and away, 2-0. Six runs so far for the Philippines, 4 of which reaching base via walks. And so far, 4 of which unearned for Wyatt Toth. That one in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to Austin Bash, the left fielder for the Philippines. 9th batter up this half inning for the Philippines as he gets jammed. It goes up the middle into the glove of Braden Flores at short for out number 2.
Heads up play by Flores. Definitely a jam shot, just to come off the bat the way Bash wanted it. So needed out for Toth and hoping to wrap up this inning on this next batter.
Now up for the second time this half inning is Caden Lewis, the right fielder for the Philippines. 2 outs, 2 on, both in scoring position as he stares at strike 1. Fought off by Lewis, 0-2.
Philippines have gone through the whole order. Everything started with the Caden Lewis single. Now he's back in the exact same inning where that base hit happened.
Oh and 2 ahead of Lewis is Toth. He deals that one outside. 1-2. That one low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on in a 6-2 ball game here in the second inning. A lot of deuces wild so far. Or not so far, but in this situation rather. Toth still from the windup, delivers. Lewis watches ball 3 low and away.
Full count, time to party. But it's been a party disaster for Toth this inning. Looking to get out of it.
Full count pitch. Jammed right side and into the Philippines dugout. We'll do the 3-2 pitch again. 5 runs plated so far here in the second inning for the Philippines, 3 of which coming on walks. They've drawn 7 walks so far here in this ball game. Just 2 hits, putting up 6 runs so far. As the payoff pitch is a call. It's strike 3 at the top of the zone. Lewis goes down looking, but a huge inning here in the second for the Philippines. They put up 5 and take a 4-run lead as we go to the bottom of the second here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field. back here in the bottom of the second inning. Currently a 6-2 ball game in favor of the Philippines baseball group as Donnie Morgan down in the 9-hole going to look to lead off the Saints and get those runs back. First pitch strike out of the hand of Ronan Nuki. So far through one inning has given up 2 runs on 1 hit with a strikeout and 2 walks. Second pitch just a little bit outside. 1-1.
Well, the Saints did get 2 runs last inning. Still have 3 on, so still a lot to be desired. Pitching-wise, it's been established, but need to hit around now.
That one down below the knees. Morgan now ahead in the count. Saints won that last inning, to your point, getting 1 more run than the Philippines. And if that pattern remains the same, then this should be quite the long half inning. But Ronan Nuki going to look to not allow that to happen as he gets in the zone for a 2-2 count against Morgan.
Yeah, plenty of time has passed in this game already. Just the pitchers can't find it.
That one high and away. Count goes full. Payoff pitch on the ground right at Santiago at short, who fires across for out number 1.
Simple and routine for Santiago. Morgan was also laid out of the box.
That one a tough play for Santiago. Hit hard and right at him, and you can ask a lot of infielders that play baseball, what's the hardest ground ball to field? And probably 8 or 9 times out of 10, they're going to say the one that's right at you because you don't have a whole lot of perception on it. So good job there by Santiago to stay down and then gather himself for the throw across. As the lineup card flips over, Braden Flores taking strike 1.
Yeah, one of the guys that has made some solid contact, but was chopped. Got out the last time up.
Flores grounded out to second his first time up. Now looking to start something here with 1 out, chasing 4 runs. That one outside, 2-1. Job by Nuki, to get the first out after giving up 2 an inning ago, but now comes out once again with a lead, this time 4 times larger than his last one, and retires the first batter after a decent fight from Donnie Morgan and gets the ground out on the full count. Is still ahead of Flores here, 1-2 with 1 gone and the base is empty.
That's certainly some cushion. Probably about 2 pillows worth of cushion for him.
Oh, definitely. That one floating just a little bit outside. Count goes full again. 2 batters so far here in the second inning for the Saints and 2 full counts. That one off the outer edge. Good at bat there from Flores, falling down in a hole and digging his way out, drawing a 1-out walk.
For all the righties in this game, Toth and now Nuki, everything's been missing out towards that arm side and that right side from the pitcher's perspective.
Back pick attempt. Just getting back in time as Flores, but perfectly timed by Nuki. Got him right as he was taking that extension step and nearly had him.
You could see a Flores steal here anyways. Aaron Milam, the Saints like to be aggressive.
Robinette taking ball 1 down low.
Just, yeah, another thing to think about for Nuki. Flores certainly got some wheels.
Definitely a fleet-footed middle infielder. Is taking inside is his middle fielder counterpart in Bryce Robinette. Way ahead is Robinette, 2-0. That one spiked and skips away from Taguillem behind the dish. Flores up to second base and into scoring position.
Yeah, no need to steal that back. He'll just take it for free after that wild pitch. But it might not matter in the end of the day as Robinette's ahead 3-0. And something's in the zone here. See if Robinette even wants to offer at it.
Yeah, Robinette way ahead 3-0. He was 4-pitch walked his first time up and came around to score one of the two Saints runs as he's 4-pitch walked again. 8 pitches seen by Robinette, and he's yet to get the bat off the shoulder. Robinette yet to see a strike here in this one. As up steps Sean Asperger, the first baseman, as the Philippines going to take a mound visit, and coach for the Philippines baseball group can have a conversation with Nuki, try and get him dialed in here after getting the first out pretty quickly in just one batter faced and surrendering 2 walks after that.
It's really just been the walks, hasn't it? I mean, the Philippines eventually found the bats in the last inning, but just the amount of free passes has been astronomical. And, well, yes, in the CCL, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the command they initially used to, you know, the higher level, so to speak. But this has been a notoriously, I guess, rough day in the walk department.
We've seen 10 outs so far in this ball game and 11 walks.
Mhm.
So it's not been either of these starters' days so far in terms of getting those pitches dialed into the zone. And Sean Asperger stepping up. His first pitch is low and away. He went ahead 2-0 his first time up before lining out to right field. Now ahead 1-0, and for the second time tonight, Nuki going 5 straight balls in the same spot of the order. 4-pitch walk to Bryce Robinette and falling behind Asperger. That one once again down below the knees. Second 2-0 count for Sean Asperger tonight.
So yet another ball from Nuki. There's just no reason to take, you know, the bat off the shoulder.
Squaring to bunt is Asperger, but pulling back. Going for that fake bunt there is a little bit of a, trying to set Nuki into a bit of a panic mode. Not going to lay down a bunt, and a 2-0 count as a 3-hole hitter with 2 runners on base. Nuki delivers. This one lined into right center field. Espinoza now chasing back on it, and it drops in the gap, rolls to the wall. Late jump on second for Flores. They're going to send him to the plate. Relay throw in, not in time. RBI double for Sean Asperger. Moving up to third is Bryce Robinette. Saints on the board, cutting the lead down to 3.
Another good swing from Asperger. That one finds that outfield grass, and he still goes to second. Flores is a bit late on that one. It makes sense. You just want to make sure that one's in. Can't get off your bag too early, but that foot, that slide was picture perfect, exactly what you needed.
Yeah, so looks like the Philippines baseball group now going to go to the bullpen, and that last at-bat, Eric Espinoza taking a couple steps in on it and kind of misjudged the speed and the velocity off the bat from Asperger's. That one carried all the way into the gap, so he would take a couple steps in, have to chase it all the way back, and it 1 or 2 hops the wall out there in right center field. And because of that, Flores going to have to stay about halfway in between second and third just to not get picked off back at second if Espinoza makes that grab. So he got a late jump on the base paths like you mentioned. Robinette a little further and was right in the back pocket of Flores as they were rounding the base paths. He hangs up at third base. So 2 runners in scoring position now for the Saints against the new arm. And we'll kick it to break really quick and be right back with new information.
Baby, if I seem a little bit distracted, like I'm in another place and another time. Well, I apologize for the way I'm acting. I just got a lot of loving you on my mind. Ever since this morning I've been wondering how you do that thing you did last night. Well, let me tell
Saints barking at the door here in the bottom of the second inning. Philippines forced to go into the pen, and into relief, Ronan Nuki. Kal-El Holguin.
He's coming in 4 innings pitched on the season so far in back-to-back games, Santa Barbara and Academy, June 6th and 10th respectively. 6 runs in those innings pitched and 5 earned. 4 strikeouts.
1 out with 2 on. First pitch upstairs to the cleanup man, Carson Panarisi, who's looking to do those cleanup duties. Hit by the pitch, his first time up would come around and score run number 2 for Arroyo Seco, who have already put up 1 this half inning and are looking for more. 1-0, that's upstairs, 2-0. Panarisi currently representing the tying run at this point. Saints down 3 with 2 on. Looking to spark up a rally after the long rally in the top half of this inning put together by the Philippines offense. That one in the high inside corner, 2-1.
That fastball in that 88 to 90 range for Holguin. Of course, dominate with that.
That one upstairs, 3-1 now to Panarisi. Through 4 games this season, coming into today, the Philippines baseball group have put up 13 runs. And with 6 runs up in the first 2 innings, they're on pace to shatter that number and, quadruple it, I think? That one off the glove of Taguiem to the backstop. Coming home to score is Robinette, and up to third base is Asperger. 6-4 ball game with Panarisi making his way down to first.
10 runs already in just 2 innings. Not even 2 full innings, about just an out in this bottom of the frame, but it's another pitch just getting away from a pitcher. And something about Jackie Robinson today means no control for these guys on the bump.
Runners on the corners, 1 out for Wyatt Toth, who's had some time to catch his breath this half inning after giving up a 5 spot in the top of the second. Walked his first time up, was stranded at third base, now in an 0-1 count against Kal-El Holguin. That one low and in. Count evens up at 1 apiece. Runner goes, pitch inside, and not going to have an attempt down to second is Taguiem. Up to into scoring.
Just such a odd situation. I've never seen something like this before, where just none of these guys can find the zone at a consistent rate. It's something very new.
2-1 fouled off. 2-2 now to Wyatt Toth. Sun does set directly behind us here in the press box, which leads to be directly in the eyes of the pitcher. Maybe that has a little something to do with it. 2-2. Just a little bit upstairs. Full count to Toth.
It's one of those things where not really much you can say. I mean, someone says to you when you're, don't have the command, throw strikes, you're going to throw a chair at them at that point. That's just not necessarily the solution. Some mechanical things probably just not really working.
3-2 pitch. In the air, left field. Bash going back on it, tagging up Asperger. Catch made, relay throw in, but in plenty of time, Asperger comes home to score. Now a 6-5 ball game here in the second inning.
Saints just battling back, and Bash also a guy that can pitch and get up there in the velocity, just not delivering a great throw from left field. But the Saints within one now. Back and forth.
A leadoff out, 3 straight base runners and 3 straight runs scored for those guys getting on. Carson Panarisi still out on second base with now Evan Ryder to do the hitting. Try and extend the inning, tie this one up with the tying run out on second base in Panarisi. Ground out, walk, walk, double, walk, sacrifice, fly to bring us to Ryder. Takes a big hack and falls down 0-2. The count to Evan Reeder. Holguin delivers. It's in the air, foul territory right side. Giving chase is both Chavez and Teguiam, but it hits off the screen and out of play.
Schultz gets that chain link fence for how much foul ground there is here. Still a bit too far.
So we'll do the 0-2 pitch again to Ryder. Had a 2 RBI single his first time up to score the 2 runs of the bottom of the first for Arroyo Seco. This one's through the right side and into right field for a base hit. Wave is going to be on for Panarisi. Throw not in time. Another single to tie this one up. 6-6 ball game here in the second inning.
Panarisi certainly on his horse. Round of third with a mission in mind, getting safe, but no need to dive there. Just more solid base hitting and another RBI single. This one only bringing in 1-2 RBI single in the first inning for Ryder, but he's been having a solid, 3-day stretch of Sunday. Also getting some RBIs.
2 for 2 with 3 RBIs tonight is Evan Ryder. Tied ball game with Cam Andrews now stepping in. He takes a hack at the first pitch. Andrews, that's just the second pitch he's seen. The first one hit him in the elbow his first time up.
Also got hit by a pitch on Saturday. And also I'm sure gets, a lot of damage done to him behind home play as a catcher. Just natural with the position, so the baseball certainly attracted to him like a magnet.
Stepping off is Holguin as Ryder over on first, dancing around a little bit. Andrews been a strong asset to the Saints offense. The veteran behind the dish as the runner goes and pitch is lifted into right field. Lewis charging in on it, still coming in and makes the grab to retire the side. Saints put up a 4 spot and tie this game at 6 apiece as we head to the third inning here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field.
Today we're going to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena to see if any anybody's coming to the Saints game tonight.
You guys like baseball? Well, we have a game over there. They're Royal Seco Saints for Pasadena. It's at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field. Come and watch it at 6 p.m.
Thank you. Baseball, yeah, sure. Yeah? A baseball game, Arroyo Seco.
Yeah!
Jackie Robinson Field.
Oh, I know that.
So you like baseball?
Nah, not really. I'm just bringing it. I'll be honest with you.
You guys are big.
Baseball game?
Yeah, we got a baseball game happening at the Jackie Robinson Field at 4:30.
Yeah, we'll come out for sure.
For sure, okay.
We'll be there. We'll be there.
Yeah,
We'll
go
for sure.
Saints, go
We're going that
Saints.
way.
Into the third inning we go, 6-6 ball game, 9-1-2 for the Philippines against a new Saints pitcher.
It's Edwin Segovia, the Arroyo Seco Saints, new to the program, just arrived today, his first day. And how about that being thrown into the fray in a 6-6 ball game in the top of the third? But pitches at Azusa Pacific, still pitching there. 68 appearances last year, 29 in the third innings pitch with an 8.28 ERA. Batters averaging 300 or 304 against him. Looking to have some success here in a CCL outing of the Saints.
First pitch, strike at the top of the zone to Mason Fang, who walked and came around to score his first time up. We've got 12 runs so far through 2 innings, 8 of which scoring after reaching via the walk. So it's going to be on the bullpens now as both teams have gone into them to limit those free passes and therefore limit the damage.
The bullpen just is another struggle for that, specifically the Saints having. You're talking about past the 7th inning with the bullpen coming into the game. 27 runs given up in the last 4 games for Arroyo Seco, but Edwin Segovia, good start to your outing.
Yeah, 3-pitch strikeout of Mason Fang for out number 1. Kicks it back up to the top of the order, and Eric Espinoza, strikeout and a lineout so far for him tonight. That one down below the knees. Eric Espinoza ahead in the count for the first time tonight.
Segovia, it's already a ball there, but still those 3 pitches last at bat, just gonna throw strikes.
That one tapped right back to him on the mound and gets it across for out number 2, 2 up, 2 down.
Again, throwing strikes, forcing contact. Don't take the defense out of the game, and he provides his own defense right there with a nice throw to first. Routine, just a comebacker for the pitcher, but putting something in the zone, making these guys really work for it, get the defense involved and moving. It's all you could do if you're a pitcher.
2 outs and just 5 pitches so far for Segovia as he delivers. And this one lifted into shallow center field. Flores going back and makes the grab. 6-pitch inning out of the pen for Edwin Segovia, by far and away the fastest half inning we've seen in this one. Saints going to look to ride that momentum, retake the lead come the bottom of the third. Stay with us here on the Saints streaming network.
I know it ain't
Getting a little
warm
up top.
but you should probably
I love it. Central Michigan.
I recognize
What a lucky
the
place
look
to
in
have you.
your eyes. Yeah, you
God, I
should
wish I could have you all the time.
probably.
What do we have over here? Pitchers, boring. Screaming. Yeah, there you go. You know, he can hear it from a mile away. He's got dog-like ears.
Easy smooth.
Easy smooth. 808 boys. Represent. Yeah.
Gotta get one.
Shout out, homies right here. Shout out, homies right here, getting us right, making sure we're in the game every day, getting our uniforms right. Thank you so much. What are you looking at, Keon?
Easy schmoo. Easy schmoo.
Easy smooth.
TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off.
Bottom of the third inning here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field. 6-6 ball game. That's been a pretty long one so far, but a quick last half inning. And Edwin Segovia coming out of the pen for the Saints and retiring 3 Philippines batters in just 6 pitches. Now the Saints offense going to look to use that momentum come the bottom half. First pitch popped up into left field. Bash drifting around out there, but makes the grab for out number 1.
Sun certainly working against you. You mentioned the sun coming down on this western part of the stadium just behind home plate, and I was having looking in the sky. It's pretty rough, but Kellen Olguin just getting quick to work right there at that first out.
Down to Donnie Morgan in the 9-hole tonight for Arroyo Seco. Still Kal-El Holguin on the mound as the first pitch nearly off the elbow of Donnie Morgan, but just coming up a little bit empty. Grounded out his first time up did Morgan. Now looking to spark a one-out rally and try and retake the lead for Arroyo Seco. 1-0. Foul of first base.
Chavez at first certainly ready for it if it came fair.
And you mentioned just a couple pitches ago about the sun going down straight behind home plate. In between innings, Christian Santiago, the shortstop, on the warm-up throw down to second base from Taguim behind the dish, having to shade the sun with his hand and try and pick up the ball flying down to second from Taguim. So that sun definitely having an effect, and at this point, base runners getting on. They might try and use that to their advantage and steal second base with the middle infielders potentially unable to see the throw down. 2-1, smacked up the middle. Espinoza back into his left, but hauling it down. Sharp line out there by Donnie Morgan, 2 gone.
If you're Morgan right there, you can't be too upset about that great contact going to center. Just a solid play from Espinoza as well. Had enough time to get to it. Took 2 positive steps in the right direction to start off. That was really the backbreaker, but Morgan Silva, solid contact on that swing.
Back up to the top of the Saints order, Braden Flores, 0 for 1 so far today with a walk and a run scored. That one low and in, kicks to the backstop. And 96 off the bat there on the line drive from Donnie Morgan. Not easy to do with a wood bat, and just an unfortunate loud out for him. But yeah, like you mentioned, can't be upset with that one when you get really strong contact. Just unfortunately that one not falling in your favor. 1-0 to Flores That one again missing a little bit inside, 2-0. That one way outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Flores getting himself pretty deep into count so far, staying patient as the leadoff man, trying to do those leadoff duties, which we've mentioned before he's very capable of doing. A guy that gets on base, flies around the base paths, and comes around to score productive runs for Arroyo Seco. He's already got 1 on the night. 3-0 pitch, right down Broadway for strike 1.
He just doesn't want it, and he only really offer at things that are exactly what he's looking for. Has some solid swings on Sunday, but again, doesn't mind keeping the bat on the shoulder, and a patient guy like that at the top of your order, that's amazing.
That one downstairs, another walk issued. Second walk drawn by Braden Flores. Yeah, you mentioned definitely a guy that wants to stay patient, especially on a night like tonight where the theme really comes down to those walks. So it's obviously not a hitter's mindset to go up thinking, oh, I want to get walked here. But if that happens to be how your at-bat unfolds, then you definitely take it.
Yeah, you mentioned how the night's going as well. Just in general, you have in your mind that, you know, guys are being walked. There's not a lot of strikes being thrown. So in general, your first thing is, you know, this is not a be aggressive game. This is a let's keep the bat on the shoulder. Let's see what they're giving me. But what they've been given is a lot of balls outside the zone.
Good bender there. Starts at the top and breaks right back into the zone from Holguin. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bryce Robinette, who saw on that pitch his first strike of the night. 2 4-pitch walks. He would come around to score on both of them. That one upstairs, 2-1.
So just wants to whip that curveball in. And you mentioned it, that first strike that Robinette's seen. Again, you're not going to swing at something if you've seen 8 balls at that point, 9 balls in a row. Why leave the bat on why bring the bat off the shoulder?
Yeah, 11 pitches seen by Robinette, 10 balls. Firm back pick attempt there from Holguin, but diving back with plenty of time is Flores.
Had some zip to it, certainly, going down to first.
Runner goes. Pitch just a little bit. Oh, nope. Catches the outside edge, but bobbled behind the dish by Taguiam. So into second base is Braden Flores.
Neither the shortstop or the second baseman for Philippines really even wanted to offer at that one. Yet the catcher was able to grasp it. So that's just the freest of stolen bases Braden Flores will ever get.
2-2, 2 outs, runner on second. On the ground to 2B. Handling it is Fang, throwing over in the nick of time to get Bryce Robinette on the 4-3 ground out. Silent third inning here in Pasadena. We had 6-6 to the middle third. Coming up here on the Saints Streaming Network. 6-6 ball game after a scoreless third inning on both sides. And I'll hand the play-by-play duties off to my broadcast partner, Dylan DeCesare. Dylan, take it away.
Edwin Segovia here in the top of the fourth, and we saw the first quiet inning of the game as it's a 6-6 ball game in the top of the fourth now. When Segovia came in last inning, again, first day pitching for the Arroyo Seco Saints, he gave what they needed, throwing strikes, finding the zone.
Yeah, definitely came in and went 3 up, 3 down, got a strikeout to his name as well, and you love to see that out of the pen after a long first 2 innings.
Nomar Vasquez, who came up to bat, delivers that one to right center, and that one is gone. Nomar Vasquez goes yard, sees that first pitch, and Segovia throwing a strike. That one, a strike from Vasquez to put the Philippines up by 1.
That one absolutely destroyed off the bat. Nearly a no-doubter here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field. We've seen plenty of balls off the bat going out to that right field gap that get out of here, and that one, another one to the tally.
And not necessarily a far place to get to, around that 360 to 350 mark, but that one struck beautifully. Or that was actually a Johnny Reister for Vasquez. So a pinch hitter, my apologies, and Reister, first pitch he sees of the ball game, goes yard. Philippines up 1-0. Another hard hit ball. Flores diving, gets past him into the outfield. Morgan's on it. Large round around first from Noah Rodriguez, another pinch hitter. Pinch hitters galore in this ball game now, and just more success from those two.
Yeah, guys checking in and making their name known early here as the starting lineup for the Philippines wasn't able to get the best of Segovia last inning, but now these pinch hitters coming in, getting their fresh ABs and doing good work.
Segovia having to deal with those 2 new guys. One of them gone, another one a single on base, and just only a couple pitches to really get it going for those guys. Nothing, Segovia to home. Gets strike. So that was Noah Rodriguez coming into the game for the last at-bat. He's now standing on first. Savannah State player. Played at Fullerton College before. Junior. That one firm, but just outside. Count goes 1-2 for Segovia.
Another pinch hitter used. Duke Aloy checking in the spot of Dylan Taguiam. So it looks like the Philippines really clearing house here and bringing in all their reserves.
That one high, up, mask off for Andrews, and he gets to it. Heads up play from Andrews to get to that in a hurry. That's 1 down for Segovia in this Saints defense.
Yeah, and a much-needed out after a solo shot to lead off the inning, and then a single to follow that up. 3 straight pinch hitters used by the Philippines baseball team, and they've had some offensive success with their starting lineup, but now they're trying to get some other guys some action, and it's working out pretty well for them. For the job now for Segovia is to go up there, keep that same mentality that he had coming into this game where he went 3 up, 3 down in his first relief inning, and keep attacking these hitters.
Hoffman up to bat for Philippines. Has walked 2 times. Again, with this walk-intensive game, a lot of base on balls for either side. Segovia hasn't allowed one just yet, but a sense of calm in that department. Delivers home. Hoffman takes a strike.
Yeah, Segovia, on the bright side of things, has been doing an incredible job of getting into the zone against these hitters. He's using multiple pitches that he has in his arsenal to find strike calls.
Segovia again. Hoffman buckles at the knees and takes a strike. 1-2. 1 out in this top of the fourth. Scores 7-6. 13 runs and 3 and almost a half innings of work, Riley.
Yeah, it's been a long day so far, and only gets longer from here. Exciting game, though.
Yeah. Runner goes. Andrews. That's way into center field. Morgan able to glove it and prevent it from getting any further. With a stolen base from Noah Rodriguez, who came in as a pinch hitter, doing the running duties right there. Down at second now. So 180 feet away for him.
Yeah, back up into scoring position. Philippines looking to advance that lead once again up to 2 runs. They took a 1-run lead in the first inning, then took a 4-run lead after the second inning. They would then lose that lead, and now they retake the lead once more here in the fourth.
Segovia to Hoffman. Strikeout looking. Hoffman stands there for a second, didn't agree with it, but has to walk back to the dugout as that's a great breaking ball in the outer part of the plate.
Absolutely, and a great job bouncing back by Segovia. Again, leadoff home run this inning by a Johnny Reister, then a pinch hit base hit by Noah Rodriguez, then a pop out and a strikeout. He's doing a good job of refinding that groove.
Now up, Austin Bash swings through that first one, and a little tidbit, don't like to talk about myself too much, but this is a good friend of mine, to be honest with you. For the 1 semester I played baseball, played with him, been friends since Cornerstone in preschool. So I've had a long history of Austin Bash, and he's playing his baseball now at NYU, looking for a finance degree as he fouls that one off toward his own dugout.
Yeah, and I'll call you out a little bit. Not really a call out, but you guys were hanging out in the outfield during warm-ups, and you know we all have that where you got a friend out on the diamond and you want to go say hi. So yeah, that was cool to see that you guys, catching up a little bit and just talking the talk out there in the outfield.
He's that pitch, goes up the middle and gets on base. Runners going around third is Rodriguez. Throw to home. Cut off. On time. Wonder if that's not cut off. The runner still scores, but an RBI single for my friend Austin Bash, but solid piece of hitting from the NYU prospect.
Yeah, good job there. Going up the middle, right back where it came from on the ground, and an even better job in a 2-strike count. That's not easy, finding a pitch in a 2-strike count that you can do some damage to, but he does a great job there, getting a good solid barrel on it and knocking in another run for the Philippines. They retake a 2-run lead.
Score now 8-6, 2 outs. Segovia, the first real trouble he's had. Has to face Caden Lewis now, who's 1 for 2 on the day, with a single and a strikeout. Started things off in that second where Philippines put up 5 runs. Now in this fourth gets to revisit. Check down to first. Bash slides in safely. Segovia notes the runner on first, but looking to go home, he does. Runner goes, Bash on the steal. Not gloved by Robinette, the second baseman, so stolen base for Austin Bash. He'll be 180 feet away.
And we mentioned this, I believe, last half inning, the fact that the sun going down causes a lot of trouble for those middle infielders on balls coming down to second from the catcher position. So these Philippines baseball group members really reading that and wanting to take advantage of that, as that's the second stolen base this half inning.
Lewis straight to Flores, fields it over to first, and that gets out of the inning. So Segovia gives up 2 and a solo shot, the highlight of the inning from a pinch hitter for the Philippines. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth here on the Arroyo Seco Saints streaming network.
Baby, if I seem a little bit distracted, like I'm in another place and another time. Well, I apologize for the way I'm acting. I Just got a lot of loving you on my mind. Ever since this morning I've been wondering how you do that thing you did last night. Well, let me tell
Welcome back. Bottom of the fourth, Philippines have another lead to pitch with. It's still Kal-El Holguin up against Asperger.
And a couple defensive changes for the Philippines after some pinch hitters. Duke Aloy back behind the dish to do the catching. Mason Fung moving over to third base. Noah Rodriguez to first, and a Johnny Reister to second base.
That one unleashed into right field. Will be foul, but Asperger's been finding solid barrels. Didn't get rewarded for a line out to right in his first at-bat. And got an RBI double last time up, and that one almost exit stage right. 1-1 from Holguin. Asperger sees the breaking ball inside, doesn't offer. 2-1. Holguin. Asperger high up into right, skyscraping in the park. Under it is Lewis. That'll be the out.
But for Asperger, you can't be too upset with that at bat. Is, you know, that foul ball down the right field line. If that one's 30 feet more to the left, that one likely to be a home run. If not, at the very least, that one's going to be off the wall or very close to short hopping it. And that one just a little bit underneath it. If you can level that one out just a little bit, that one's got a shot at getting out of the ballpark too.
Now up is Panarisi. Reached on a walk and scored in that inning. In the second. Product of Cal State LA. Been there for a couple years. Holguin. Curveball just notched at the bottom of the zone, and Panarisi, unique major, studio art guy. Good to know. You an artistic guy, Riley?
No, definitely not. What about yourself?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I mean, after about 5th grade, where you have to copy the teacher's drawings, I hung up the paintbrush and the pencil.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you look down at my scorebook, this thing looks like an absolute mess. So
It's better than mine,
To each their own.
2-1. Holguin to home. Bender doesn't find the zone. Go 3-1 now. 1 out for Holguin. That out being that fly out to right. Second batter of the inning in Panarisi. Panarisi, kind of a cue shot to second. Fielded cleanly. That one in time. So that's out number 2 of the inning. Holguin working well.
Yeah, Holguin coming in a couple innings ago, back in the second, and got 2 outs with 4 batters faced. Did give up a run in the start of that outing, but got out of it pretty quick. Then last inning back in the third, got 3 outs, surrendering just 1 walk and no runs across. Now goes 2 up, 2 down so far, so he's done a good job at improving his outing as it goes along.
Up's Wyatt Toth, who started this game for the Arroyo Seco Saints, but gave up those 6 runs, now just DHing for the Pasadena side. 1-0, 2 outs. Holguin retired the first 2 he's seen in this inning. That one into right center. Under it is Lewis making a play, diving. It bobbles out. So Wyatt Toth will stand on first. A good run at it from the right fielder in Lewis, but comes up empty.
Yeah, and Great effort out there by Lewis. Tough play to make off the end of the bat of Toth and dying quickly. He tries to go to the slide maneuver to make the grab, but just kicks off the tip of his glove and just to his side. So a great effort, but ultimately a 2-out single for Toth.
Now we'll bring up Evan Ryder, who's 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs. Runner goes and Toth. Throw down to second. Alloy was in time, but just too high, so a stolen base for Wyatt Toth.
Yep, up into scoring position for Ryder, and a good guy to be in scoring position for, as Ryder so far 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs.
Hoping to make it 4 here. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. It's bottom of the frame. Has to turn the shoulders. That one was a breaking ball inside. Count goes 2-0.
And just a couple pitches ago, we surpassed total pitch number 200 in this ball game, and we're only through 4 and a couple.
Pitch count has been elevated. That one a ball on the outside part of the zone, and it's because of things like that, a 3-0 count. And kind of forgot about it in the sense that these last 2 innings, not a lot of free passes with these bullpen guys starting to show up. But the starters just gave up so many walks. Holguin dots it outside part of the plate. So battles back with a strike. It's 3-1.
Now's the position where you might see Ryder get a little bit more aggressive. Hitters count only 1 strike behind him.
To home. That one out to right will just be foul.
Maybe a little too aggressive there by Ryder. Saw a pitch that he wanted to swing at, but ultimately one that he couldn't get his A swing off on. Holguin going to the very outer edge of the plate and got Ryder a little bit offset.
So it's full count, 2 outs for Evan Ryder. It's 2 for 2. Ryder through the 6-5 gap. Will he hold up? No. Going home is Toth. He will be in time. Throw is cut off. Throw down to first. He's safe as well. So an RBI single, 4 RBIs, 3 for 3 day for Evan Ryder. And Wyatt Toth was on his horse, did not want to slow down, but the throw was cut off to home. Wonder, Riley, if it wasn't cut off, would he be out? And would that be the end of the inning?
Yeah, that one, getting it quickly was Bash out in left field, but not in the most athletic position. He squared his feet around like an infielder would to field that instead of coming up on the run and firing a strike. So the wave was on for Toth. But have a day, Evan Ryder, 3 for 3 with 3 singles and 4 total RBIs.
He's stealing as well. Throw down to Reister, just not in time. So add a stolen base to that. And Evan Ryder is starting to find his groove in the navy blue.
Absolutely, getting a stolen base as well, doing it all offensively and speed-wise as well.
And he can certainly fly around those base paths. Up Cam Andrews, hit by pitch and flew out to right in this game. Scores 8-7 as the Saints able to get 1 back on Philippines. That one high in the head area, but Cam Andrews didn't bat an eye, just stood his ground. 2-0.
Cam Andrews, been a guy who hasn't seen many pitches so far throughout this one, now in his 3rd plate appearance. Now in a 2-0 count, he's sure to be likely a little bit more patient.
Pitch to home from Holguin. Breaking ball does not find the zone. So it's 3-0. Strike column empty as Duke Alloy, the newly inserted catcher as of this inning, goes to talk with his pitcher.
And if I were a betting man in a 3-0 count with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs to a guy like Andrews who hasn't seen many pitches, I would bet that the bat doesn't come off the shoulder of Andrews, even if this is a fastball right down the middle.
We talked about in the first inning that veteran presence he has, and that'll be a veteran thing to do. Don't get ahead of yourself. Just see the extra pitch. As the congregation of catcher and pitcher is over. Again, 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. 8-7 this bottom of the 4th. Almost been going for 2 hours. That one inside, and didn't even have to think about putting the bat off the shoulders. That was a sure ball. So he'll stand on first. So runners on first and second in Andrews and Ryder.
Now the 4th inning in a row for the Arroyo Seco offense that at least one base runner has drawn a walk. It's been a bit of a tougher one on the pitching side of things for the Philippines, but they're still in this offensively. They still lead by a run.
Here's Mangini. Third baseman has had his troubles at the hot corner today, as well as at bats. 0 for 2. The only strikeout victim for Philippines was Mangini in the first. Struck out by Nuki. Runner goes as Ryder to third. Throw down. Not in time. He's in. We know head coach Milam likes to steal third, and Ryder's done it a couple times. This time he's standing, and now he's 90 feet away. And a 1-0 count to Mangini.
An RBI single and 2 stolen bases to get himself 90 feet away.
Now has that runner on third to worry about. Here comes home. The Cam Andrews going to second. Slides in, so another stolen base. Stolen base city for Arroyo Seco. 2 balls, 1 strike. Andrews, 180 feet away.
And when you get to the middle portion of this game and you get so successful on those stolen bases, there's no real reason to stop.
Control C and Control V it. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs to Mangini. See if he's forced to take the bat off the shoulders here. 3-1. Way low. He'll take his free walk. So another free pass. Back to back for Holguin. And we'll have a talk with the pitching coach. Sort out the situation for the righty.
And at this point, with the bases loaded, Saints have been able to manage all of this half inning with 2 outs. It was a fly out and a ground out to start this inning off. And then they were able to get 2 singles and 2 walks all in a row to now give them bases loaded and 2 outs. But at this point, this is a big momentum swing for either side. As down in the 9-hole, Donnie Morgan, if he has success in this at-bat, at least ties it up, if not gets the lead back for the Saints. And for the Philippines side of things, a big out here on the mound by Holguin will protect that lead and send the Philippines back into the dugout to try and go extended offensively.
Donnie Morgan will have to get the job done as he's grounded out once to the shortstop and he's flown out to center with a solid drive of the bat nonetheless, around those upper 90s and exit velocity. But needs to bring home something to at least tie or take the lead for Arroyo Seco. Holguin ready to go to Morgan. Just in for a strike. Holguin set, ready to deliver the 0-1 to Morgan. Way down, ball gets away, Ryder advancing to home, he's safe. Tie ball game here at Jackie Robinson. A wild pitch gets away from Duke Alloy, the backstop. Count 1-1. Game is tied 8-8 in the 4th inning. And Holguin has to settle back in after giving that up. Andrews dancing off of third, retreats back to Morgan. Over into right center. That's sky high towards the warning track. Back at the wall. It is caught. That was a close one. Out of the park power, just not quite. Espinoza under it. But the game is tied. 2 runs at the top of the inning, 2 runs at the bottom of the inning, 8-8. We'll see you back for the top of the 5th here at Jackie Robinson Field.
Okay, yeah. They can't, yeah. They can't hold me. All that pressure weighing on my brain. I confess I front like I don't feel a thing. Still ain't maintained, running from the old me. Every time I drop a tune, they try to tell me. 4 stars, they don't wanna see, no. Tryna beat one, that might get you beat stung. Lie without, that's when the fleas come.
Top of the 5th, 8-8 ball game here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field, just across from the Rose Bowl. Historic piece of land here in Pasadena for pretty historic 4 innings of baseball, 8-8. Segovia for the Saints still on, and its first appearance for Arroyo Seco. Give up those 2 runs last inning via solo shot from pinch hitter Johnny Reister. And also gave up a run on an RBI single from Austin Bash. So now in the 9-hole, due up is Fang, Espinoza, and Santiago. Rather, Fang in the game. Over to third. That one fair. Mangini across the diamond. Just gets away, and Fang will extend that to a double. Most likely be an error from Mangini and another one from him. It's not his day at the 5-hole.
Yeah, we'll await the official scoring, but really tough play there by Mangini to make. That one, my guess, because of how tough of a play that is, will go down as an infield single, but then advancing up to second base on the error. Again, we'll await the official scoring, but either way, leadoff man in scoring position for the Philippines.
Now I'll bring up Eric Espinoza. Struck out, lined out, grounded out. Not the day he's been wanting for the leadoff hitter for the Philippines baseball group. Segovia. Quick hands from Espinoza. Too quick, maybe. Out. Foul left.
So, yeah, Fang, the official scoring coming in. Infield single, advancing up to second base on the air by Mangini. Now up at the top of the order for the Philippines. Good spot to once again retake the lead for what will be, assuming they do it, the 3rd time they've retaken a lead so far today.
Back and forth seesaw action this game goes. That one into the dugout, chopped. Espinoza behind 0-2 now.
Yeah, Philippines took a 1-run lead in the top half of the first. Then in the bottom half of the first inning, Saints able to get 2 and take a 1-run lead. Philippines then bumping that up to a 4-run lead by putting up a 5 spot in the second. Saints tying it with 4 in the bottom of the second. And then 2 each side in the 4th inning to put us at an 8-8 ball game. Saints have done a great job responding offensively.
If you're a fan of runs and offensive action, glad you stopped by because this has been everything like that. 8-8 game, like you said, you mentioned a mouthful to say all the lead changes from you, but that's because there's just been so much. Started with the walks, and now it's through the hitting. Segovia set 1-2. That one's high. Andrews immediately stands up. Will throw that back with a bit of a pause. Give Segovia a bit of time. His first inning in a Saints jersey in the 3rd when he came into to relief for Wyatt Toth. Went 1-2-3 with a strikeout, ground out, and a pop out. And last inning, got those 2 runs. So got the duality of CCL baseball in his first day. Two balls, 2 strikes, no out. Runner on second. That one foul tipped off the top of the barrel, back to the backstop. Count remains. And Eric Espinoza up to bat, currently in the portal from Redondo Beach, California. Long Beach City College guy. There's 34 games played, /319, 381, and 403 of 24 RBIs. Swings and a miss at that one, drop 3. Andrews, thought he got the tag. We'll have to throw it to Asperger to secure that out, but a strikeout for Segovia, his second on the day.
Yeah, good job there going to the low away breaker to induce the swing and a miss. And a great job getting an unproductive first out after not necessarily giving up a leadoff base runner, but having a leadoff base runner reach and get into scoring position. Good job picking up that unproductive first one.
Now up Christian Santiago. Strikeout, RBI single, and a pop out in this one, so his 4th at bat here in the 5th already in this 2-hole. Looking after him, Johnny Reister is on deck, who saw 1 pitch this entire game and went yard to right center. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. To home, just low. Santiago, the shortstop today, has seen some action over there. Ready to receive the 2-0 from Santiago, or Segovia, my apologies. And that 2-0 turns into 3-0 quickly. So now way ahead is Christian Santiago.
And again, with a runner in scoring position, 3-0 count, just 1 out, not likely the green light gonna be on here. But either way, Santiago surely to take his time with this pitch and get his eyes on it.
Not just a strike, took advantage of the opportunity. Like I said, Santiago wasn't going to waggle the bat much. So now 3-1, situation changes. Got a runner in scoring position for Philippines on second. It is Mason Feng who led off, infield single, advanced the second on a throwing error from Mangini at the hot corner. Segovia induces that foul ball down the first base side. So 3-2, it's full.
Yeah, on that 3-0, Santiago essentially gets a free pitch to stare at and, you know, really get to take his time analyzing that pitch and, you know, hopefully go find one similar to that on the 3-1, and he does so right there, just a little bit out in front of it, and now the count goes full.
Time to dance here on this 3-2. Segovia to home. In for a strike, he's out looking. Sends Santiago back to the dugout, so back-to-back Ks for Segovia, 3rd one of the day. Or rather, 4th of the day for him.
And again, leadoff base runner, getting into scoring position, then goes back-to-back strikeouts. Segovia, you can't do it much better than that. He's taking the uncontrollables, you know, what happens out on the defense behind him. He can't control that, and he takes what he can control and does the best of it by sitting down these batters.
Up comes Reister, home run man for Philippines. Take that first pitch, a breaking ball outside. Lefty versus the righty. That one to home, just low for Reister.
Reister now, after going first pitch home run his last time up in a 2-0 count, you could suspect that the green light would be on if he gets a pitch he likes, as he's already had some success with those so far tonight.
2-0, 2 out for Segovia and the Saints. Runner on second for Philippines. Reister, hard swing, foul back.
Green light was on, just couldn't get the hands quick enough around to catch up to that one from Segovia. 2-1 count with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Now it's a little bit more interesting as a pitch in the zone. Reister likely going to want to attack, so going to have to be really careful here is Segovia.
They'll take time, disengage. Reister looking at the bat. Segovia looking around. He'll step back. On the mound, on the slab is Segovia to the lefty Reister. 2-1. Bouncer on second. Almost gets caught up as Feng, but able to retreat back. Didn't know if he should go on that one or stay, but staying put, the right decision.
And a great job behind the dish by Andrews, knocking that one down, keeping it in front of him. We've seen a handful of wild pitches result in runners moving up bases and coming around to score a handful of runs. So behind the dish, Andrews doing a great job there, preventing that from happening.
Reister to second. Fielded cleanly by Robinette. Over to first. Asperger gloves it. So despite trouble on that first at-bat by Feng, Segovia works out of it. Score remains 8-8, and we'll be back in the bottom of the frame here on the Arroyo Seco Saints streaming network. Bottom of the fifth, a new pitcher here at Jackie Robinson Memorial. It's Richie Barrera for Philippines.
Yeah, Richie Barrera coming in, third arm used by the Philippines, second out of the pen today. He's got some action the Philippines last time out against the Conejo Oaks that came a couple days ago on June 11th. Went a clean inning and a third, giving up no hits, no runs, and recording one strikeout as well.
Richie Barrera, the southpaw, in for Philippines out of Sylmar, California. Played his college ball at LA Mission College. One of many LA Mission College athletes for this Philippines baseball group side. starts off 0-1. There's a switch hitter in Braden Flores. So he heads over to that right-hander's batter's box. That one outside, 1-1.
And Barrera, the second reliever used, also listed as an outfielder, so a two-way guy. Yet to get any offensive action here in the summer of 2026, but going back out on the mound, trying to get some reps up on the bump.
That one bounces away from the backstop in Alloy. And Barrera, as a hitter at LA Mission College, 21 games played, 3 at-bats, and 333 average, so only 3 at-bats, however. So seemingly mainly a pitching guy. The lefty release. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs for Flores. That one high.
And again, the aforementioned second arm out of the pen, third total arm today for the Philippines. Final line on Cal El Holguin, the first reliever, 2 2/3 innings pitched, 3 hits given up, 3 runs given up, all earned on 4 walks with no strikeouts.
To home, Flores takes first strike. So no problem leaning the bat on the shoulder for a bit, but we'll have to protect and find something. Count is full, and Richie Barrera's first at-bat of his outing. Here's the 3-2. Barrera, high. Flores reaches. Third at-bat, consecutive with a walk. That was his 4th at-bat in total, but 3 walks on the day, only a ground out.
Yeah, grounding out his first time up and then going 3 straight plate appearances, reaching with a free pass. He's done a great job staying more patient towards the latter half of this one as we just approach the halfway point in this ball game overall here in the bottom of the 5th.
Bottom of the 5th. Game time. We're at 2 hours and 15 minutes as Robinette, who comes up, fouls that one back. Been a long one, 8-8 again in this 5th inning. But turning into a lovely night here. You get those in this part of Los Angeles, next to the Rose Bowl in the Brookside Park area. No balls, 1 strike from Barrera. He'll go to first just to check on the runner, but Flores can just walk in there standing. 0-1 after that pickoff. And the pickoff for a lefty, naturally, you have a good look at the runner on first and easier move as he delivers home. Robinette leaves that one out. 1-1.
Yeah, staying patient is Robinette, something that these first 2 batters have done so well. Between Braden Flores and Bryce Robinette, with Bryce Robinette up right now, this will be the 8th total plate appearance between the 2. But in the previous 7, 2 groundouts to second base and 5 walks drawn. So they've been doing a great job at staying patient, looking for their pitch, and leaving the ones that aren't their pitch outside of the zone.
That one down. Swing through it. Might have gone a tip to it. Either way, another strike in the at-bat. 1-2. Now for Barrera as he asks for a new baseball. Will be an exchange of sorts. So new baseballs. As Bryce Robinette awaits, the guy from Azusa Pacific. Another one of those CCL guys in the transfer portal. One of many Arroyo Seco Saints players. Played at Azusa. Now set to go. It's the 1-2 from Barrera to home. Runner goes, and Flores sliding down. He's safe. So he'll stand on second. Another stolen base for Flores, using those wheels out of that leadoff spot. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and a stolen base on that last pitch action, certainly. Now here's Robinette. Barrera to home. High curve, can't find anything. It's 3-2. High slider for Barrera. He'll step off, step back on. Full count. To Robinette. Checks on second. Goes home. Robinette out to right. Under it is Lewis. Runner set to go. No, Flores will stay. So opted to go, but immediately after seeing the throw from Lewis, just went right back to second. Now bring on Sean Asperger. There's 3-hole with 1 out. Robinette officially flew out to right to Lewis. Sean Asperger, RBI double, flew out to right, lined out to right. Good swings all around for the first baseman. Lefty-lefty matchup as well, something notable. Now one in for a strike. Oh, 1 from Barrera. Hot stepping off is Flores and Santiago at short. Assuming it was him, has to just holler up Barrera on the mound to get off. Just check on Flores. Gotta be something in the back of your mind if you're Barrera, knowing that speed behind you. Asperger. Hard swing, late, off to the left, foul.
Yeah, not a whole lot of coverage coming from the middle infielders on Flores out there on second. So with nobody holding you close, you kind of have more freedom to get as big as you possibly can and gain as much ground before potentially taking off.
0-2-1 out to Asperger. Stays on the shoulder for a good reason. It's a ball, 1-2. Waiting to Asperger. Leaves it low again, 2-2. Again, playing at first has been that main option for Arroyo Seco at first. Standing at 6'2", has a good frame to vacuum anything thrown his way. Hasn't been his day necessarily with some errant throws from around the diamond. As Asperger leaves that high, it's full. So Barrera started out in front a couple times in this outing, this young outing. But the Royal Saints players have battled back.
Yeah, they definitely have. Staying patient, that's been the name of the game so far. We've mentioned it so many times today, but the base on balls, guys definitely staying patient and keeping those pitches outside of the zones, not letting them go down as strikes by swinging and missing.
No need to swing at all. That one outside. Brings up Carson Panarisi, so a free pass. No matter who these guys from either side, these pitching coaches can go to, seems like a walk is always in the works. Asperger reaches for the second time today, this time via the walk. Bring up Carson Panarisi, who's walked 2 times, 1 via the hit by pitch. Checks on second. Barrera to home to Panarisi. That one soars way high. Flores goes to third. Both runners advance 90 feet as Asperger's on second. Richie Barrera just couldn't grip that one like he wanted to.
Yeah, and with 2 runners in the scoring position now, cleanup man looking to do exactly what he's put in that 4 spot to do. He's got 2 runners in scoring position. He's going to look to knock them both home and give the Saints their first lead of the night since the first inning when they took a 2-run lead after that inning. Philippines then exploded for 5 in the second. That's when they lost the lead. Saints have been responding but only able to tie the game up to this point, so they're going to look to get back in front.
They've only had 1 lead, urging for a foothold in this one. But like you said, how this has gone, it's going to be back and forth for the rest of this night. So going to the later hours. 8:08 here in Pasadena, as here's the 1-1 to Panarisi. Hard swing, fouled back.
And also notable to mention that we're about halfway through this ball game and already about 2 hours and 15 minutes plus into this one. So if that maintains at the same pace, the lights here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field automatically shut down at 10 o'clock. So this game, assuming it doesn't end in time, will have to be postponed to a later date.
Both teams will love to finish this one. It will be ruled a strike despite Alloy.
I think that might have been a catcher's interference.
Yeah, seeming to be hurt. Maybe that bat of Panarisi got him. It does seem like that left arm is what Alloy's clutching behind home play, as the three officials will converge around third.
Yeah, and this would be interesting, as it would be another sort of free pass given to the Saints offense. Obviously, hoping behind the dish, Duke Alloy is going to be all right. It seems like he will be okay. No trainers emerging. But if that one goes down as a catcher's interference, that's another free pass. And according to my count, the Saints have had 2 hit batters tonight and 10 walks drawn, and adding potentially now a 13th free pass in a new variety with a catcher's interference.
Really tallying them up, collecting them like trading cards. And it is a catcher's interference. Home plate umpire, crew chief, signals for it. So Panarisi will get on. Bases loaded, 1 out. And Wyatt Toth, usually a lefty, now a righty if that switch hitting tendency steps into the right side versus the southpaw in Barrera. Richie Barrera was walked 2, now technically 3 versus the catcher's interference, but will be charged to him. Goes home. Outer part of the plate. Fast stuff, gets a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Barrera to home. Straight back from Wyatt Toth. Has an RBI via sac fly in the second. Has walked and singled. So overall, working on a 1-for-1 day. Oh, 2 to Toth. Will deal. Curveball. Lands. Strikeout looking for Wyatt Toth. Good breaker from Barrera to get that second out needed for him.
Yeah, much needed with the bases loaded. Takes away that sac fly option. Takes away a handful of ways that the Saints offense could get another run around to score and take the lead. Now with 2 outs, there's a little bit more comfort up on the mound for Barrera, but not out of the woods just yet.
Evan Ryder has been the story of the Saints offense. 3 for 3 with 4 RBIs for him. The right fielder for the day. Starts off ahead 1-0.
Good guy to have up for the Saints, looking to cash in on some ducks out on the pond. Like you mentioned, already 4 on the day today.
Straight back, fouled. 1-1. RBIs shouldn't be shocking as the freshman. He's currently a sophomore. As a freshman at Santa Ana College. 49 RBIs in that year. Where Santa Ana, the Dons, won a state championship in the JUCO levels. Here's the 1-1. Ryder sees that one high. Breaker just cannot find the zone. Two one, 2 outs. Bases are juiced for the Saints. Barrera to home. That one high, yet another ball. Haven't been many action pitches in this entire game. Just keeping the bat on the shoulders. 3-1. Barrera. Another bat kept on the shoulders. That one results in a walk. So Flores will touch home. Ryder will head to first. Second will go Panarisi. Third will go Asperger. 9-8. Saints have their first lead since the bottom of the first.
And we've seen plenty of times walks coming around to score throughout this one. I believe that's now 5 of the Saints' 9 runs coming around to score on a batter that's reached on a walk. But we've yet to see an RBI walk until right now. Evan Ryder getting his 5th ribby of the day.
Philippines had RBI walk in their own right in the first, which is what started off the scoring. And we keep on going. Some would say the night's still young.
The night is still young. Still plenty of ball game left to go.
8-14. Starts off the strike, Barrera to Cam Andrews, who, guess it, he's walked twice. Barrera. Slider just misses. You know, I was gonna say, those of you watching this one enjoying your dinner, but I think it's past dinner this time. Maybe it's time for a nice dessert. So whatever dessert you're rocking with, your ice cream, some cake. Glad you're tuning into the Arroyo Seco Saints streaming network. You know, action-packed in a sense of it's a 9-8 one, but not action-packed in the sense that there's been over 20 walks, I believe, at this point. Maybe reaching that point.
I believe we're at 19.
19?
I think.
The big 2-0 will have to maybe wait. We'll see if it comes.
The big 2-0.
Yeah, speaking about dessert, Riley, what are you rocking with, you know? After dinner, you know, just watching some Arroyo Seco Saints baseball, of course. So what are we eating?
It really depends. You know, it kind of depends on the time of year. This time of year, definitely ice cream.
Yeah, it's got to be some
hotter
ice
weather.
cream. Yeah,
got to be the ice cream.
That one popped foul. You know, what ice cream we thinking?
I'm more of a simple guy when it comes to ice cream. I enjoy the simple, you know, vanilla, the chocolates, the chocolate chips. You know, I like to keep it a little bit more basic.
No, I think that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Indulged on some Moose Tracks last night. That one's a pretty good one, but runner goes. That one, scorcher into right center, gets down. One run crosses an Asperger. Another one crosses in Panarisi, held up at third. That one goes to the backstop. Barrera, good job backing it up, but Cam Andrews, RBI, or 2 RBI single, stretched to a double via, we'll see if it's ruled a throwing error, and standing at third will be, looks like Toth maybe, or Ryder. We'll see. Yes, it is Evan Ryder at third. But 2 runs cross for the Arroyo Seco Saints. They're up 11-8. Largest lead of the night for them.
Definitely largest lead of the night. That'll be another couple of free passes coming home to score runs, a walk, and a catcher's interference now coming around to be plated for the Saints.
So great swing from Andrews as well. That one just found a perfect spot on the right center field wall, just dribbling back there. The throw is over. Ryder almost went originally, and if he did go with the errant throw, would have been a bases clearing double for Cam Andrews. But he'll settle for the 2. Owen Mangini, who walked last time, up to bat. Now one, loud and high. Out to Reister, who gloves it. Almost has trouble with it, but gets it nonetheless. So a long inning, 3 runs added for the Saints, and they'll take the lead as we head to the top of the 6th. It's a long one. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the top of the 6th here on the Arroyo Seco Saints streaming network. Top of the 6th, the Philippines baseball group ready to get going. Score 11-8. And up to bat, Noah Rodriguez, who pinch hit for Isaiah Chavez. Last time up, and he got a single. That one loud towards right. Asperger on the prowl. Will he grab it? No, he didn't. That one would have had to been over the shoulder type of catch. Just couldn't grab as the trifecta of Saints leave the area. Strike nonetheless, 0-1. It's only the second pitch Rodriguez has seen this entire game. The first one he roped into center or left center for a single. Going home, 0-1. High. Has to do some matrix action to get out of the way. 1-1, no out for Segovia in what is his 4th inning of work. 2-1 now. To home. Loud. Into right field. Back up the wall. It'll hop over. Will stay in, so it will be a double for Noah Rodriguez, and he'll stand on second, 180 feet away. Excuse me. Dugaloy will come to bat now. Loy, the catcher now, who came in or pinch hit for Teguian. Took that catcher's position, but unfortunately catches interference last inning, which let another free pass for Arroyo Seco. To home. Segovia, breaking ball. Just notches it inside the zone. Oh, 1. None gone in this inning. Popped up. Third base side, Mangini. Flores on it. Flores calling off Mangini there. Wanted it all the way. He'll get the put out.
Yeah, it's a long way to run there for Braden Flores, and much needed too, as it looked like Mangini might have been throwing his hands up as if he couldn't see it, lost it in the twilight sky here in Pasadena. But a huge first out picked up, and an unproductive one. Again, we've seen a couple of these throughout this game so far where leadoff base runner gets on. In fact, that's back-to-back innings now for Segovia on the mound, where a leadoff base runner gets to second base and he gets a first unproductive out.
But 1 gone. You get the Flores catch for the pop out on the third base side. That brings up Simon Hoffman. Walked twice, struck out. One of the 4 strikeout victims for Segovia. Has given up 2 runs in these 3 innings of work. So not bad for the new Saints player. To home, just low on the fastball.
Now it's going to be on the Philippines baseball group to respond. We've seen responses from the Saints every half inning that the Philippines baseball group has scored. The Saints have responded to either take the lead or tie it. Now it's up to the Philippines baseball group to do the same.
Segovia to Hoffman. Notch for a strike at the bottom part of the zone. That breaking ball has been finding some strike zone for Segovia. It's been pretty successful.
Yeah, definitely using a variety of his pitches to get in the zone. He's been consistently in the zone all night, which on a night like tonight where the theme has been pitchers not necessarily being able to find the zone is really strong to see from Segovia.
That one over to third. Backhand, fielded across the diamond. Mangini. It's picked by Asperger at first. And it will be a base knock for Hoffman.
Yeah, great play in the hot corner by Mangini, trying to plant his feet, make a strong throw across, bang, bang over at first base, but Hoffman able to leg it out and put runners on the corners.
I'll bring up a new player for Philippines baseball group, Hector Pina, batting for Austin Batch in the 7-hole. Outfielder, plays at Ventura College, taking his first hacks of the day. Back to first, just checking on Hoffman. Not necessarily the speediest of guys, but Hoffman has the length if you wanted to go. Could probably reach this with the athletic frame. Here's Pina versus Segovia. Tried to get that strike on the outer corner. Official says no. It's 1-0.
Yeah, Pina coming from Ventura College, the home field of the Conejo Oaks, another member of the CCL, so he's getting some action out on his home playing field.
He gets to visit there every now and then. It's an interesting field as well. I mean, super deep to center. On the 462 mark, I believe. With a hill in play as well. Runner goes. Throw. It's on! Gunned down by Cam Andrews despite it waning. And heck of a tag as well. The Saints notch the second out. And that one feels like a big one.
Yeah, it definitely does. Puts 2 outs on the inning, and again, takes away that sac fly option, and also takes away any first and third shenanigans that the Philippines baseball group could put on to score that run.
Veteran catcher doing his job at the backstop to throw out the runner going for first and second, and Hoffman. to home. Swung through, fouled, tip. Segovia going to home, swung through and missed. So Segovia, no runs crossed yet again for the righty, and he's having a heck of a day out of the pen. Score remains 8-11, heading to the bottom of the frame here at Jackie Robinson. Bottom of the 6th, Barrera still in the game. Up is the Saints player, Donnie Morgan. Another switch hitter for the Arroyo Seco Saints. In this 9-hole, due up after as Braden Flores has reached 3 consecutive times via the walk. Then after Bryce Robinette, that is 9, 1, and 2 for the Saints. Curveball just low from Barrera. So it's 2-0 now. Lights bright and beaming here at Jackie Robinson Memorial. It's twilight sky. Riddles in. It's 2-1 Barrera on Morgan. Despite the long game, this is a pristine night from California Collegiate League baseball action. Donnie Morgan cracked. Just has to flip it to first is Barrera. Ground out for Donnie Morgan.
And a broken bat one at that. Get that piece of lumber into the trash can or into the fireplace. Either one works just fine. But an unfortunate turn of events is that bat will no longer have a life out here on the baseball field.
We'll make for a maybe a nice bonfire at the beach. Brings up Braden Flores. So from switch hitter to switch hitter, the Saints will go. Flores. Don't think he's really offered at a first pitch in any sense this game. Hasn't had to until really then. Again, said it before. Has walked in back to back to back at bats. Barrera, Flores. High and out 1-1. One's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out.
And if there's one stat that you really look for in a leadoff hitter, it's that on-base percentage. having that ability to get on base at the top of the order, let the heart of your order come up and knock you in. I mean, Braden Flores is putting on a textbook night at that tonight.
Over to second base side of Johnny Reister. Under it, he'll get that second out. Flores got on base 3 consecutive times. That time pops out to Reister. Brings up Bryce Robinette, who flew out to right last time up. So 2 outs in this bottom of the 6th. Barrera outside, cannot land that in the zone. Barrera hasn't started off ahead many times in his outing. That one to home. Away. Two-0 count, 2 outs. Here's Barrera. High. Interesting thing about Bryce Robinette, I noticed it last Sunday versus Conejo. What an interesting stance he has. Really gets low into that squat. Very wide as well in that front leg. Of course, offset towards the third base side. Takes 4 straight balls. He started off his day seeing 8 pitches, all for balls, got 2 walks. Took a little break from that, but he's back on the walk column. 3 walks on the day.
And not only his 3rd walk on the day, but his 3rd 4-pitch walk of the day. He and Flores both as the 1 and 2 guys staying very patient and leaving those balls outside of the zone.
Billy Bean ringing through my head right now. He gets on base. Sean Asperger down the left field line. On the run, diving. Can't make the catch. Close to an out right there, and runners certainly sprinting around. They'll take a jog around the diamond to get back to their spots.
Yeah, a heck of an effort out there by Bash. Going all the way into foul territory, putting his body on the line, trying to make a catch. Couldn't quite come down with it, but you got to at least appreciate the effort as a pitcher. So Barrera definitely going to give maybe not his full tip of the hat, but maybe a little bit of a nod out to his left fielder for the effort.
All's respect. The athleticism that's on display. Barrera, 0-1, 2 outs, runners on first. And nowhere else. And the runner on first will now be on second. Closer to play than I thought, but Bryce Robinette slides under the wayward throw. Way into arm side for the catcher behind the dish, Alloy. So stolen base, yet another one for Arroyo Seco. The 1-1, 2 outs for the batter and Asperger.
Yeah, been really active out on the base pass at the Saints tonight.
Slicing swing, slicing foul, just behind him, Asperger. 1-2 count, 2 outs.
Another wedgie. I just wanted to add that one to the count real fast.
Is that the second?
That's the second of the night.
Second one?
Yep.
I like that. How many of you think you've seen in your time?
Across
here.
Last year, now this year, probably close to like 15.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I think that was the first time I've ever seen that in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
I've seen 4 already this season.
Damn.
We had 2 last game, and now we have 2 tonight. One's still up there.
Yeah, I mean, it'll stay up there for a second. I mean, I think when it's your Saturday, they're trying to throw a baseball at it to get it down. That's definitely the method. I mean,
100%.
Not
it's the only way to get it down.
Up there. Yeah.
Nope, no one's climbing.
Massive chain link fence to get up there. It's fouled off by Asperger. The deuce is wild. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for the first baseman.
Yeah, I mean, this most recent one was right at about eye level for the average human height, so we just had somebody go poke it out, and somebody from the dugout came out to grab it, but still counts.
Keep a tally, and we'll carve it into the wood in the clubhouse. I think we should bring that to the table.
That'd be a lot of fun. Wedgie counter.
Fouled off again. It's another slicing one. Lefty-lefty matchup, I might add. Barrera to Asperger. Checks on second. Just dancing around is Robinette. Asperger unleashes that into right, sky high. Late to the party is Lewis. They'll say that's just foul. Oh, that's a close one.
I don't know. At least from our angle up here, it looked like it would have been fair by about a foot or so, but obviously we do not have that angle that first base umpire has. He's got the best view right down that line to make that call, so I trust his judgment.
Robinette was soaring, flying towards home on 2 outs expected. Just yet another good swing by Asperger. Just doesn't go his way. Lined out in a great swing, flew out in a great swing. He got an RBI double in a great swing, so he's seen some success today. Didn't start on Sunday, or didn't really play either. Back in the lineup. That one back, foul off the backstop, and we'll go again. Count still 2-2 of 2 outs with another foul ball. Long at bat here. It's just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, really long. Definitely running up the pitch count of Barrera is Asperger.
They're set to battle for this next pitch. Runner goes. That one low. And he'll reach third. Robinette now 90 feet away. No sacrifice will do the job, though. Still needs to be some sort of base hit. Full count, 2 outs. Lefty on lefty. Asperger still in the box. It's been a moment. That one's high and foul back. Home plate umpire gives the get-go. Barrera in his motion. Rung up, strike 3 to look, and Asperger put the bat down. Thought he was going to stand on first, but the runner's stranded at third. Score remains 8-11 as we head to the final 3 frames of this game. See you in the 7th here on the Arroyo Seco Saints streaming network. Segovia's day is done, and my time as your play-by-play for this game is also over. We'll send it back to Riley Horn to take us home. Here you go, Riley.
Thank you, Dylan. Riley Horn here alongside. Man, you know what? I'm still out of breath.
No, I don't blame you. I mean, it's a long one, long-winded game.
It has been a long game. Riley Horn here along Dylan DeCesare. New arm in on the mound for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Samuel Rickman taking over here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, he's pitched 4 2/3 innings, 5 runs that first time in the first game versus San Diego Waves, and then pitched versus the Barons on Friday. Gave up 2 earned, 5 strikeouts in total for the man from Trinity University, so a Texas guy.
First pitch strike is the 8-hole hitter Caden Lewis, who comes up for the 4th time tonight. And Lewis singling his first time up, then a strikeout and a ground out as well. 1 for 3 nights so far. It'll be him followed up by Mason Fang and Eric Espinoza back up to the top of the Philippines order. The 3 due up. Final line on the night for Edwin Segovia, the first reliever for the Arroyo Seco Saints. 4 innings, 6 hits, just 2 runs with 5 strikeouts and no walks. So he will be the only pitcher so far tonight to not surrender a free pass, and he did a great job in this one.
Yeah, he was just filling up the zone, and your coach, Aaron Malam, he brought this guy in just today, and after that, you might fall in love with him in the sense that didn't give up the free walk, like you said, just delivered in the zone, give up those 2 runs, but you'll take that, especially for one of them being a solo shot, and just some great hitting from Philippines.
Swing and a miss. 1 batter faced, 1 strikeout on the night for Samuel Rickman.
He's able to fan that one. Just a good pitch goes to that fastball, and just pristine from Rickman.
We're going to have a pinch hitter now for the Philippines. It's going to be Christopher Vercelis, taking the spot of Mason Fang down in the 9-hole. Mason Fang started this game as a second baseman, slid over to third base with a handful of pinch hitters and thus defensive substitutions out in the field. But Fang is going to be pinch hit for by Christopher Vercelis. First offering, outside 1-0. That one chopped foul over towards the Philippines dugout. Count even at 1-1.
And almost hit one of the Philippine staffers. Good he's okay, though.
One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Base is empty as Rickman delivers. Catches the low outside corner for strike 2 on Christopher Vercelis, who's only got 3 at-bats so far this summer. 2 of them coming a couple days ago back on the 10th against the Academy Barons. His last one coming against the Conejo Oaks. The Philippines last time out back on the 11th. 0 for 3 on the summer so far. Hits this one straight back to Rickman, who underhand tosses it over to first for out number 2.
That was good by Rickman. I initially wanted to charge it, but knew he had the time, took a step back, just grabbed it. 1, 2, 3 step flip over to first, and 2 outs easy for Rickman. As how Segovia started his outing as well, just some quick work. He started the strikeout. Actually, the exact same situation, a strikeout and a ground out to the pitcher. Maybe some copying. Well, copycat out there on the bump in Rickman.
Yeah. Doing good work as the second arm out of the pen for Arroyo Seco, but now the lineup card flips over for the Philippines. Back up to the top of their order, which is supposed to be Eric Espinoza, but it looks like he will be pinch hit for. It looks like taking the spot of Eric Espinoza is Tyler Primanto. 6'5", 220-pounder from La Mirada, California. That one's in there for a called strike, 1-1. Excuse me, 0-2. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. As Andrews tosses over to first, it's a 3-pitch strikeout and a 3-up, 3-down inning for Samuel Rickman here in the top of the 7th. We'll take a break, stretch it out here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field, and be back for the home half.
All right, hello and welcome everyone live from Jackie Robinson Field here in Pasadena. Evan Davis joined alongside Adam Beck, and it's the home opener for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Looks like it will hit into the gap. Yes, it will, and it'll score a run off the glove of Pollock. That will score 2. It's quickly 4-0 top of the first inning for the Oaks. 3-1 offering, low and away for ball 4, and that will bring in the first run of the game. It's outside, ball 4. Fisher stumbling off the mound. Saints just finding any way possible to get some runs, and they've now walked in 2. With the Saints as a pass ball gets away. 5-2 lead for the Oaks. 2-1 offering, that one down the third base. Beltowski will fire that one across. And 1 out now, but the runners advance to now be 5-3. First and second as they connect again. Carrillo didn't get a great read on that, and it's over his head. Ground roll double, and this game is tied. The 1-1 offering is connected on. That's in the left field, and that'll do it. The Saints come back down 5-2, and Peter Wirth walks it off.
How about a 4 spot by the Oaks to start things off in the first inning? And how about a 4 spot in the bottom of the 9th for the Saints to end things in the 9th inning? What a game for the Saints.
Legs have been stretched back here for the bottom of the 7th. Here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field, new arm on the mound for the Philippines baseball group, Stefano Gonzalez.
Pitched at Holy Family University last year, a small college in Northeast Philly. 8 appearances, 14 2/3 innings pitched, 4.9 ERA for Stefano Gonzalez, but he went cross country, was at Pierce right before that.
See, floats the first offering to Panarisi, who grounds one to Reister at second, who gets the 4-3 put out for out number 1.
That was really fleet of foot from Reister at second, just ranges to his left, made it look easy. Has that speed, used it at second to make that good play.
We're going to have a pinch hitter now in the spot of the designated hitter, Wyatt Toth. It's going to be Levi Medella. Excuse me, I'll correct myself. Zach Light checking in the spot of Wyatt Toth as a designated hitter. Got the numbers a little bit mixed up there, but it's going to be Light taking over.
You know, some guys coming and going. Zach Light taking that number 8 now. Just didn't have everything up to date. And like Segovia, this is his first day on the roster.
He's going to be making his debut for the Saints here tonight in a 1-1 count against Stefano Gonzalez. Other changes defensively in the field for the Philippines. Tyler Pramonto out to center field and Christopher Verceles to third base after they both checked in as pinch hitters just a half inning ago. Gonzalez with the 1-1 offering in there for a called strike.
Figured Light would maybe get some action. I mean, he's a good ball player, comes from Old Dominion, but figured he'd get some action in his first day, and Segovia did. Why not him as well, especially pinch hitting? I believe it was for Wyatt Toth.
1-2, swatted foul. We'll do it again. Bottom of the 7th, 1 gone, bases empty. Here in a 11-8 ball game, Arroyo Seco Saints in the lead over the Philippines baseball group. It's been a long one so far. We're about an hour and 6 minutes away from our hard stop. As going down looking is Light for out number 2.
Just had to look at that one in. Couldn't get it off the shoulder for it.
Up steps Evan Ryder, who is undoubtedly having the best night potentially of the entire summer in terms of offensively for the Saints. He's 3 for 3 with 5 RBIs, including a 2 RBI single, 2 1 RBI singles, and an RBI walk as well with a run scored.
Is doing it in an abundance of ways, also stolen a bag.
That one's in there for a called strike against Ryder. Real strong night for him tonight. 1-1 the count with 2 away for the Saints right fielder. That one just a little bit outside, 2-1.
You think that Gonzalez kind of wanted that one at the bottom of the zone. Give a second look to Blue behind the dish, but call is firm.
3-1 now the count. And I'm going to take this time to apologize again. I'm still out of breath. Ran all the way out to center field, adjusted the camera a little bit. And, man, that's easily, we're talking about this in between innings, the longest I've ran in probably a year and a half.
And I'll say I'm with you as well, but I think some credit's due for the fact that you're running out to center field in between innings. And shout out Riley Horn, everybody. I mean, second summer here, you basically own the place, Riley.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the kind words. But yeah, I'm still a little out of breath, so I apologize for any delays on the calls, as that one is swung through for the second strikeout and the third overall out of the bottom of the 7th. 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the 7th as we head to the 8th on the Saints streaming network. Zero, 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 and 0. 1, none. Back here for the start of the 8th inning in Pasadena. 7th inning went 6 up, 6 down, 4 overall strikeouts. Pitchers coming out of the pen, starting to find their groove in this one after it started off really slow on the pitching front. But heading into these back 2 innings, it's going to be all about which reliever can make the biggest impact in preventing any more runs from scoring in terms of the Saints here now on defense, and then on the Philippines side from limiting the damage.
Yeah, Philippines, they got a claw back. Have had a lead for the first kind of part of this game. Those first 5 innings was in between of having the lead and had it for a little bit. Talk about being up 6-2 at one point. But what you know, the CCL is going to be the CCL in the sense that offense heavy, 8-11, but Rickman came in last inning. Another reliever for the Saints, and 2 strikeouts. Sat down all 3 he faced in a row.
Strikeout, a ground out right back to him, and another strikeout. So he did it all himself an inning ago, did Rickman. Pinch hitter now in the 2-hole for the Philippines baseball group. Mays Borgmeyer taking the spot of Christian Santiago. This one's fisted on the right side, and Rickman once again going to take it himself. 4 outs recorded, 2 ground outs back to him, and 2 strikeouts.
Has those strikeouts, so the swing and miss stuff is there, but how about also inducing the ground out? Just giving everything soft, having these guys roll over it. Choppers, don't want a light chopper, but he just fields it cleanly. Another flip to first.
One gone here in the top of the 8th. We are exactly an hour away from our postponement time as, again, lights here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field going down at 10 o'clock. And so if these last 2 innings take about an hour, then the remainder of this game will have to be postponed to a later date. We're hoping we can finish this one out. And, you know, at the beginning of this game, the trend from the start till now has been nothing but purely sped up. It started so slow at the beginning of this game, but it's sped up since then.
Yeah, and that 5th inning was, I think, at 2 hours, 15 minutes. So since then, we've made up a bit of time now, about 3 hours and 15 minutes since first pitch was at 5:45.
And it's been good pacing this back half. So we're here in the top of the 8th. That one's fought off by Reister. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So many pinch hitters for Philippines, but kind of goes to show that the Philippines are unaffiliated, so they're not technically qualified for CCL playoffs, and it's more of really development for them. Get as many guys in, get them their at-bats.
That one just missing 2 and 2. Taking a look at some of the other scores around the CCL. Foresters taking down the Oaks. Final score of 3-2 out in Ventura. Top of the 9th between the San Francisco Seagulls and the Walnut Creek Crawdads. 7-1 in favor of the Crawdads up there in Danville. As Rickman delivers the 2-2. Grounded up the middle. Diving stop at short. Throw across, not in time. But holy smokes, what a snag by Braden Flores.
And that play was just magical almost. And Braden Flores, he's been diving and dipping for everything this entire season. He can play at second, third, and short. Getting short today, and he almost made that play just a bit late on the throw, but not a hit to the outfield, just stopped it up anyways.
So now to Noah Rodriguez, who's 2 for 2 so far. He checked in as a pinch hitter in the 4th inning, singled and then doubled back in the 6th.
Yeah, Rickman will take that second. Get the hair right. Get the flow down in the hat.
And the other thing worth noting in that last play is Braden Flores out there at shortstop. As we were just mentioning a couple pitches ago, game has been really long. It's been a really long day, and we're the ones sitting in the press box talking about how long it's been. These guys out on the field, they're making it happen, running around, you know, using all that energy and putting their bodies on the line, and they're still willing to go out and try and make plays like that. That's great effort there by Flores as that one skips past Andrews into the backstop. Wheeling now for third is Reister, and he's going to make it there after heads-up base running puts him 90 feet away.
Heck of a job by Reister. Sees that one in the dirt, and that's what you were told, go into second, but that one comes to the backstop, takes a little bounce up kind of on the chain link fence, and Andrews just has to wait for it to come down. By then, Reister, he's a speedster, that's for sure. Heading to third, and he'll stay there 90 feet away, so some trouble for Rickman.
That one on the ground right side. It will score a run, but handling it is Robinette, and he goes to first for out number 2. But an RBI for Noah Rodriguez cuts the lead down to 2.
Just does the job, kind of putting them with a chance And they'll get that one back. And that's a smart play as well from Robinette just to go to first. No reason to even tempt going home.
So now the catcher, Duke Aloy, has got 2 pop-outs so far in this one after he checked in as a pinch hitter in the 4th inning. First pitch missing, 1-0.
There's a bender that just could not find the zone, but kind of has a little sweeping action to it. It's coming out of the hand nice.
That one missing once again down below the knees of Alloy. 2-0 the count. Trying to get some action going with 2 outs here, chasing 2 runs with just about an inning and a half left to go here in Pasadena. This one's on the ground, right back to Robinette at second. Deja vu to that last at-bat. Another 4-3 put out to retire the side, but another run put up by the Philippines. 11-9 ball game, heading to the home half of the 8th here on the Saints streaming network. Bottom of the 8th inning. Cam Andrews leading things off here in the home half of the 8th. 7, 8, 9 spots of the order for Arroyo Seco after they went 3 up, 3 down an inning ago in the 7th. Andrews, Owen Mangini, and Donnie Morgan, the 3 due up, barring any pinch hitters. As the first offering from Stefano Gonzalez misses above the letters. Want to know the count to the veteran backstop, Cam Andrews. Gonzalez delivers, gets in there for a called strike, 1-1.
That breaking ball, getting Andrews buckling at the knees. It's been a solid pitch for Stefano Gonzalez since he's come in last inning.
That one up. 2-1. Three and one now, the count to Andrews. so far has been hit by a pitch, flew out, walked, and singled as well. 2 RBIs to go along with that single. That came his last time up in the 5th inning. Takes a big hack. Count goes full. A couple of defensive changes as well for the Philippines. Johnny Reister moving over to shortstop. Mays Borgmeyer checking into second base, and Micah Taguiam in at first base in the place of Noah Rodriguez as a defensive substitution. Foul of third base. Micah Taguiam, the brother of Dylan Taguiam, who started behind the dish for the Philippines.
Some brotherly love and brotherly power from those two, playing on the same baseball team.
This one driven to left field, down for a base hit, cut off in the corner by Bash. Holding up, long run back, but a way overthrown ball gets out of play, and Cam Andrews going to move up to second base.
Cam Andrews, another well-hit baseball. But how about that? He'll just head to second. Was going to go for second, had to retreat back, had everyone yelling, kept back. Now stay on second, but we'll see. Kind of moving around there, but he'll take his bag. He'll just touch the base. Oh, he has to touch the base to then go and get his sliding mitt, I assume. Or he'll be on 3, actually.
This one driven deep to center field off the bat of Mangini, and gone. Mangini missile out to center field for a 2-run home run.
.104 off the bat for Owen Mangini. I think missile might have been an understatement. That was a nuclear one out to center.
An absolute shot to get 2 more runs on the board for the Saints. Now a 13-9 ball game. Saints going to need all the insurance they can get after this one's been really back and forth. A lot of lead changes in this one, and obviously offensive showings on both sides, putting up now a combined 22 runs in this ballgame.
22 runs is ridiculous. I think the real story is also how that Saints bullpen, they really picked up the outing. Let up one last inning, but 3 runs for relievers coming in the game for the Saints. That's pretty good for Arroyo Seco, a team that's just really struggled out of the pen.
Donnie Morgan 0 for 4 on the night tonight, looking for his first hit here in this beautiful Tuesday evening in Pasadena. That one downstairs, 2-1 the count. Stefano Gonzalez coming into this game an inning ago and went dicing through the middle third of this Saints order. 3 up, 3 down with 2 strikeouts, but now a bit of a blemish on his line with a 2-run home run. This one's popped straight up into shallow right center field. Coming in on it is the center fielder, Primanto, and he makes the grab for out number 1.
Almost a Bermuda triangle, but just a bit too high. Had a lot of time to get to it for all 3 parties involved, the right center fielders and second baseman. That'll be the first out.
Back up to the top of the order, Braden Flores for his now 6th plate appearance tonight, 3 of which have been base on balls. Takes a hack at the first pitch, fouls it off toward the Rose Bowl, 0-1.
Yeah, I haven't seen him swinging on a first pitch often, but right there did it. Solid contact, just could not get in the field of play.
Yeah, with a 4-run lead and 1 out towards what potentially could be the last set of at-bats for the Saints. He's going to change the mindset up a little bit, try and be a little bit more aggressive to tack on some more insurance for the Saints.
I mean, why not let it rip?
1-1 the count with 1 out and the base is empty. Checked his swing, appeal down, no go, says our third base umpire. So 2-1 the count to Flores. Rocking the bright blue bat. Thing looks like a lightsaber in his hand.
It's definitely a Jedi up there. Uses mind tricks to get on base.
Line drive right at the shortstop, Reister, and he gloves it for out number 2.
Reister thought he'd have to maybe make a jump at that, but kept on dying and eating. But what an interesting day for Braden Flores. You look at it, it's 0 for 3, but then you forget he's had 6 at-bats and has drawn 3 walks.
Batting average not necessarily going upwards, but that on-base percentage surely to be. Really, that's what you look for as a leadoff man. Getting that on-base percentage as high as you can, and he's also scored a couple runs as well, so that's what you're definitely hunting out of that leadoff guy. Slow chopper over to third, firing across in time to retire the side. Saints tack on 2 more and now look to slam the door closed on the Philippines baseball group, heading to the final frame here in Pasadena. Thank you, sir. Final frame here in Pasadena as the Philippines baseball group are down to what could be their last set of at-bats. Arroyo Seco Saints currently holding a 4-run lead, 13-9 heading into this final inning. Samuel Rickman back out on the mound for the Saints, looking to close this one out as delivers a first pitch strike to the designated hitter, Simon Hoffman.
Just let up that 1 run, but one of those 2 strikeouts came in 2 innings ago. This is his 3rd inning now.
Hey, we've got our 3rd wedgie of the night.
Triple, man.
Let's go. Let's go.
Don't leave it. And it's been taken.
Ah, man.
One can hope and dream.
0-2 to Hoffman. Rickman deals that one over the head of Hoffman. He ducks out of the way.
Yeah. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge for that one.
You know what's hilarious is I just went up to San Luis Obispo this past weekend
Okay.
for my brother's graduation.
Okay.
My brother, if you're listening to this, once again, congratulations on graduating. at Cal
Congratulations to
Poly.
you.
But that movie was on in the hotel room when I went to bed.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, Dodgeball's a classic.
On the ground, kicking off the chest to Flores, recovers, throws, not in time. Just a little bit of a bobble there to get Hoffman aboard.
Yeah, that's a rough one. I mean, it's a hard one to get as well. I mean, coming off the bat at a pretty fast pace, and Flores, he's been making those plays all night long and almost made the throw out, but Hoffman, I mean, the fact that you're 6'4" helps a lot right there to get that extra step.
So now up steps Hector Pina. As he checked in as a pinch hitter back in the 6th inning and went down swinging. Trying to keep this inning and this baseball game alive for the Philippines baseball group. Big off attempt, not in time to get Hoffman over at first. That one fouled straight back to Cam Andrews. One ball, one strike to Hector Pina. Another pickoff attempts, and once again back in safely is Hoffman after he reached on an error. Chasing 4 runs are the Philippines as Rickman delivers. That one, a called strike on the outer edge, 1-2. One-two, runner goes, fouled off, and we'll do it again. Having to retreat back to first is Hoffman, and Pina going to have to see another pitch. Once again, to go across the scoreboard in the CCL, Forrester's taking down the Oaks out in Ventura. I'm going to have to assume the Crawdads took down the Seagulls, final score of 7-1. It still says top of the 9th, but it's been like that for about the past hour and a half. So I'm going to assume that official stats just has not officially been inputted. We're here 13-9 in the top of the 9th. Top of the 9th action also out in San Luis Obispo at Sinsheimer Stadium. Blues ahead of the Sonoma Stompers 6-0. Top of the 7th in Irvine, 5-1 the score. Riptide ahead of the MLB Academy Barons.
Yeah, the Barons, they're going to be fighting with the Saints for that 3rd spot in the playoffs. So that will be a really important one. They're right now 1-1 on the season, but they'll have plenty more action to play until July.
This one hit sharply towards the Philippines dugout. Seems like everybody's all right. Just a massive jump scare.
They're hollering out there. My heart stopped for them, to be honest.
My heart's jumped a little bit too, but it seems like they're laughing it off.
What else can you do? It's about 9:23 p.m. That's coming at you.
Full count, nobody out with a runner on first base. And Hoffman with good wheels, not forced into motion as there aren't 2 outs, but likely could be on the move here, try and break up a double play and avoid catastrophe for the Philippines here in their final set of at-bats. He'll stay put, and it's ball 4 upstairs. 2 on in the 9th for the Philippines.
And now that error from Flores, it's looking more and more prominent. Now 2 runners on, no outs. Andrews will have a talk with Rickman, and hoping it's nothing to really worry about. He can battle back. Yeah, I was saying the relief pitching has been very solid and just consistent right now for the Saints in this game since the 6-run start in the first 2 frames. But they need to find that again.
And new pinch hitter as well. Checking in the spot of Caden Lewis is Wyatt Lamarsna. So now 8 of the 9 starting offensive spots have been changed from the beginning of the game till now. The only one being Simon Hoffman, who remains as the DH and currently stands 180 feet away from scoring at second base. 2 on, no outs. First offering to Lamarsna. Fouled off, above the Philippines dugout. Lamarsna, the 5'8", 170-pound right-hander from Burbank, listed as an outfielder. And if the Philippines can extend this one, likely we'll see Lamarsna staying out in right field in the spot of Caden Lewis. That one getting a piece of Lamarsna, and the bases are loaded. Tying run comes to the plate in the 9th for the Philippines baseball group.
Pitching coach for the Saints will come out, talk with Rickman, whole infield in, catcher in. This is serious. See if the bullpen gets warm in as well, but Rickman, as of right now, will have to work through this jam. Bases are loaded.
So the mound meeting going to be called Bases Are Loaded, and Christopher Versellis representing the tying run here in the 9th inning. 13-9 ball game after a back-and-forth matchup all night here right across the street from the Rose Bowl. It's been an exciting night all night, and now Versellis comes up representing the tying run with nobody out.
The big thing there is the nobody out. Another fact that his base is loaded. It's going to just take a bit to get this one through. And now in a jam, can Rickman be a veteran, step up to the occasion and get out of it?
Gonna have to bear down as he deals the first pitch, and it's in there for a called strike. A reach-on error, a walk, and a hit by pitch to load the bases. All 3 passes, which has been the story today.
Just add it to the tally.
0-1 on the ground, foul of first base. Ahead 0-2 is Rickman. Rickman came in 2 innings ago, and coming into this inning, had pitched 2 innings, giving up just 1 run on 1 hit with 2 strikeouts and no walks. He surrendered his first walk 2 plate appearances ago to Hector Pina, who's on second base. Simon Hoffman on third after reaching on error. Wyatt Lamarsna on first after being hit by the pitch. 0-2. Called strike 3.
And that is big. Rickman hyped up about that one, too. Just gets that strikeout in the outer part. That's needed. I mean, it seems obvious, but that is so big for Rickman and the Saints team. Now have 1 out. Double play is on. Every base is out if you just touch it.
Brings in the inning-ending double play possibilities as the lineup card flips over up to the leadoff spot, Tyler Primanto. 0-1 count with 1 out and the bases juiced. Primanto representing the tying run, 13-9 ball game here in Pasadena. Now a 1-1 ball game, and I'll tell you what, might not be the prettiest game that we've seen, but might be one of the more exciting ones throughout this young season so far.
Especially with an ending like this. There's a little bit of late drama. A long one, yes, but exciting. You're right, Riley.
1-1 pitch on the ground, right side, 4-6, and it kicks into shallow left field. throw got away from the shortstop Flores, and 2 runs will score. Tying run aboard for the Philippines.
And a part of me was thinking when Robinette fielded that one, a high chopper, it's difficult. Go 1. Let the 1 run score. Go 1. Get that free out. You take the free out. But Robinette wanted to stretch to 2, just was not gloved by Flores. I don't know if it was an errant throw more or just could not get the glove on by the shortstop in Flores, but runners on first and second, they're back in this one.
Go-ahead run in Mays Borgmeyer steps up to the plate. On the ground, on the right side, stopped and thrown to first by Robinette. 2 gone here in the 9th.
Next pitch makes up for it and gets it. Fast to his left goes Robinette, quick on the run. Not an easy play to make by any means, but that's that second out. Runners do advance, though, 90 feet.
Tying run in scoring position for a Johnny Reister. Through the left side of the infield, 1 run scores, wave is on. Throw to the plate, in time, and the game is over. What a finish here in Pasadena. 13 to 12, our final score. Had to make sure that the call was going to stand on the field, but what a finish here in Pasadena. An outfield assist by Carson Panarisi, gunning down Tyler Permonto at the dish. What a game.
Unbelievable. Late drama. First of all, early action. You have some of the pitching in the middle. Yes, there was the walks. Some home runs to go around. This had a little bit of everything for everybody. This game was a full meal. And what a finish, 12 to 13. And how about that throw from Panarisi? Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I mean, I'm struggling to find the words of how exciting that was. The entire stadium on its feet. A base hit that's looking like it's going to score the tying run that can't quite get across. And an outfield assist from Carson Panarisi to end the game and gun down what would have been the tying run. We mentioned this just a few moments ago. Maybe not the prettiest game we have seen, but by far and away the most exciting, especially after that finish. And that will do it from here in Pasadena. 13 to 12, our final score. The Arroyo Seco Saints take down the Philippines baseball group. On behalf of everybody here at the Arroyo Seco Saints baseball organization, we thank you so much for tuning in. On behalf of our producer, Luke Saruma, and my broadcast partner, Dylan DeCesare, I'm Riley Horn, signing off saying thank you so much for listening and have a wonderful rest of your night.